glorious day in the Lone Star State for today's game between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. This is a game obviously with playoff implications for the Eagles. If the Giants lose to the Jets and the Eagles beat Dallas, then Philadelphia wins the division title in the NFC East. Now, if the Giants win this afternoon and the Eagles win as well, Philly needs help. Philadelphia takes the wild card if New Orleans and San Francisco both win. And there's one more scenario. If the Eagles lose, they can still make the playoffs, but the Rams and Saints both have to lose as well. And hello again, everybody. I'm Tim Brandt along with Hank Stram, and happy holidays to all of you from all of us at CBS. And Hank, Philadelphia's favored in this game, but they haven't swept Dallas since 1964. Can they do it today?
I think they can, yes. I think they've got a great chance to do it. They just have to play like they're capable of playing. I think the important ingredients of this game, Timmy, is going to be recognition and emotion. Recognition over the fact that you got to recognize the eight-man front and be able to make big plays. Emotion, be able to sustain the emotion. Dallas might do that for about 8 or 9 minutes. The trick is to play the whole game that way.
How about the Cowboys now? Beat Washington last week. Can they beat Philadelphia?
Oh, I think they can beat anybody if they play like they're capable of playing. You know, the better team doesn't always win, Tim, and that's the case here this afternoon. I think it's going to be a very emotional game. I think it's going to be a big play game. I think we're going to see a lot of scoring and a lot of excitement here this afternoon.
All right, Hank, it's a perfect day in Irving, Texas. Sunny skies, temperature expected to reach in the upper 60s. Philly's not been a fast starter this year, and they'll be on defense first. Philadelphia will be kicking off as you look at Luis Zendejas, and the kick returners for Dallas will be Darryl Clack and Cornell Burbage, and Burbage has been playing extremely well for the Dallas Cowboys. We're all set and ready to go. Burbage is second in the NFC, his longest 53-yard return. He's got a 22.4-yard average. There's been a lot written this week about this rivalry, specifically the recent feud between Tom Landry and Buddy Ryan. Allegations by both aimed at the other for running the score up. And we're underway. A short kick taken by the up man at the 20 and returned to the 32-yard line. That's Darryl Smith, and he's a tackle. A 13-yard return. Not exactly the way you would expect this game to start. Tackle made by Scott Curtis. And it'll be first down Cowboys there. Statistically, the defense for Philadelphia has not been strong. As a matter of fact, it's 28th defensively in the league, but they are a big play defense. We do expect an awful lot of shifting, and we see that right away from the Cowboys. First down at the 33-yard line. Herschel Walker, right side, bangs his way across the 35 to the 37-yard line, and Mike Pitts makes the tackle there. Steve Pallor and his numbers. And he's been coming on strong since being benched earlier for Kevin Sweeney. And the defense that he'll be facing is the one we just talked about. A big play defense led by Reggie White, who was just named to the Pro Bowl. Plays the nose in the 46 defense, and he'll be outside. Joyner, Reichenbach, and Bell are the linebackers. In the secondary, Young, Allen, Hopkins, and Waters. Secondary, which has given up 23 touchdown passes, but has 29 interceptions. Fowler and Walker now are the setbacks for Pallor. Play action. Pallor with plenty of time and has this ball batted up in the air, and Dallas gets it back complete and maybe even gained a yard on it. That was Nate Newton that got it. It was almost intercepted.
The old ricochet shot. There was pretty good protection on the play, too. Really, it wasn't bad at all. The fake was not especially good. You see the rush. Two guys on Reggie White. The ball bounces up in the air and is intercepted, or I should say caught, by Nate Newton, number 61.
And Newton was shaken up on the play. It was batted away by Mike Pitts. He's the Philadelphia Eagle that got a hand on it, and Newton made the big play. 6'3", 314-pounder out of Florida A&M, Nate Newton. Bench press is 500 pounds.
You know, that's the great thing about getting penetration and then putting your hands up. That's exactly what Pitts did on the play.
Third down and 4 for the Dallas Cowboys. Bob White replaces Newton in the offensive line. Shotgun formation for the Cowboys now. Pallor double pumps, has pressure. throws it incomplete. It was intended for Kelvin Martin, and it looked as if he took his eye off of it, Hank.
That's the way it looked. He should have caught the ball, really. He was wide open in the flat. Looks like he ran an option route out into the flat area. Option meaning that he has a choice of going inside or outside. He went outside, but just dropped the football.
Mike Saxon on to punt it away on 4th and 4. He's 5th in the NFC in punting, and Mark Konechny is deep for the Eagles. Konechny has a 7-yard per return average. This is a high tail wagger, and Konechny will fair catch it at the 21-yard line. 40-yard punt, no return as you look at Randall Cunningham. Cunningham was less than sharp last week against Phoenix, but he's responsible for 74% of the Eagles' total net yards offensively. And the Dallas defense, Ed Too-Tall-Jones, Kelvin Brooks. Behind Kevin Brooks is Danny Noonan and Jim Jeffcoat. Burton, Lockhart, and Cobb are the linebackers, and the secondary has been suspect. Walls, Williams, Downs, and Bates. 9 interceptions in 15 games. You can expect changes in that secondary for next year for Dallas. First Cunningham pass is complete, and it'll be a first down to Chris Carter. Gain of 13.
Chris Carter wide open in the flat, Tim. A good angle, nice soft touch by Cunningham, and a good way to start the contest for the Philadelphia Eagles.
He was knocked out of bounds by Everson Walls. The rest of that offensive talent, Cunningham, Byers, and Tony are the setbacks. Quick and Carter, the wideouts, and Keith Jackson, the all-pro rookie. Darwin, Alexander, Remington, Baker, and Heller up front. Byers and Tony now the setbacks. On first down, they give inside to Tony, and his cutback maybe gets a yard. That's about it. Good close on the defense by Dallas.
Number 63, the right guard, Ron Baker, on this draw play was looking for somebody to hit, but he doesn't manage to get much contact at all on the play. There you see him. He gets one, then he gets a piece of another one, but he goes through the hole, and Burton finally comes in there and makes the tackle.
It'll be second down and call it 8 for the Eagles. Carter and Quick are the wideouts. Cunningham with time throws underneath, has the completion to the 41-yard line to Andrew Toney. And Tony's up at the 41, taken down by Michael Downs.
You know, one thing that you have to look for, Tim, when you play against a quarterback like Cunningham, the defense is a little bit cautious. They're under control because they're worried about the scramble of Cunningham. So as a result, something suffers, and it's the pass rush. And in that particular case, why the Dallas Cowboys didn't provide much of a rush at all with their front four.
Nate Newton has a jammed knee. He may or may not return. 7 defensive backs now for the Cowboys on 3rd down and 3. Cunningham again throws underneath, incomplete. It was intended for Carter, but good coverage by Michael Downs.
That would have been a tough pass to complete. I'm surprised that he threw it in there, Tim. He was very, very well covered, as you mentioned.
So on 4th and 3, John Telchik comes on to punt for the Eagles. And Kelvin Martin is deep for the Cowboys. 6th in the NFC with an average return of 8.6 yards. Good snap for Telchik. But the kick is not as good. It's a wobbler, and it hits at the 35 and gets a Philadelphia bounce. All the way back to the 10-yard line, but there is a flag down. Tackle was made by Jenkins, but again, I tell you, there's a flag up at the 46-yard line. 50-yard punt, 1-yard return. And it's against the Cowboys.
One thing's very important on synthetic turf, Timmy. You've got to make sure that you anticipate the kick and catch the ball, because you're going to lose 20 to 25 yards if you let it roll.
That was not a good kick, but he got a tremendous roll, as you mentioned.
Holding on the receiving team, number 24, while the ball is in the air, is half the distance of the goal line. The spot where the ball is dead, first down.
So it's Everson Walls who's called for the penalty, and you see Terry Hogue is being helped off the field. Timeout on the field with 11:40 remaining first period. Buddy Ryan was telling us last night that he knows his team will win. He says Dallas knows we'll win. The only question is how.
Yeah, and he feels good about this game, Timmy. I think he feels that his team is very fresh. He gave him Monday and Wednesday off. He was in a very benevolent mood, and I think it's a good move because I think at this stage of the season, days of rest are much better than days of work.
Nate Newton is back in the ball game for the Cowboys. Boy, Newton's quite a story. Went to the hospital on a weight program. He's got an $80,000 incentive clause to keep his weight down. He was 360 pounds in May. He's down to 314, and he still runs a 4.940.
That would make you want to let some air out of the balloon, wouldn't it?
No question about it. Both teams moved the ball to their 40 on the first possession. Neither could convert on 3rd and short. They had to punt, and that's where we are, scoreless, with 11:40 remaining in the first period.
Ball replaced on the 3-yard line. Penalty is from the spot where the ball was first possessed, which is a 6. Half the distance to the 3-yard line, and it's first down.
All right, so Jim Tunney gets his business all squared away and moves Dallas back inside the 5. And that's where the Cowboys will have first down.
You talk about being in a soup, being in trouble right off the bat. Bad field position for Tom Landry and his Cowboys.
Been a tumultuous year, hasn't it, for Tom Landry?
It really has been, but you know the great thing about Tom, you know, I talked to him before the game and we talked about coaching. I said, do you still enjoy coaching as much as you ever have? And he said, yes, except I don't enjoy the losing, but the coaching part of it, I don't feel any differently about that than I did when I first started coaching. I'm still very enthusiastic about it. Some people say you can't coach more than 10 years. That's the maximum. I think it all depends on the individual. And of course, Tom Landry has a great temperament. You never know whether he won or lost the game. He's always the same.
Tom Landry has one more year on his current contract. He says he does want to return and coach next year. But the team is up for sale, and he says obviously it depends on who the new owner is.
Yeah, and he was very matter-of-fact about that, like he is anything else. Again, there's no question about the fact he has the urge to coach again next year. That's what he'd like to do if he can.
Let's go back downstairs and listen to Jim Tunney as they move it back out to the 5. So now they've got it all squared away. And the Cowboys will start just inside their own 5-yard line. Chandler in motion on first down. Herschel Walker, big hole, right side, spins his way across the 10 to the 14-yard line. Right now, let's take you back to New York and an update on the Giants game with Brent Musburger. Brent?
Tim, Paul McFadden of the Giants. 31-yard field goal attempt, but it was not a good snap, and he missed. The Jets and the Giants are still scoreless. Atlanta and New Orleans, likewise, they are scoreless. Back to Tim and Hank.
All right, Brent, here at 2nd down and 1, a 9-yard pickup by Herschel Walker. Philadelphia defense dictated by formations, and so Dallas is using a lot of shifting and a lot of motion. Again, it's Walker to the right side. He's across the 15, and that'll be enough for a Dallas first down. Let's meet the rest of the Dallas offense. Pelor's the quarterback, which we told you. Herschel Walker and Todd Fowler in the backfield. Alexander and Irvin, the wideouts, and the tight end is Thornton Chandler. Up front, it's Smith, Newton, Rafferty, Kerr, and Gogan. Timmy Newsome should be the fullback, but he's suffering from a torn calf muscle. Tried to come back Thursday, and he couldn't go, and then he announced his retirement, but the Cowboys aren't taking that retirement very seriously. First down and 10. Pelor, backside pressure, throws across the middle to his tight end Chandler. He's up close to another Dallas first down at the 25-yard line, taken down by Wes Hopkins. He'll be about a yard shy.
You have to like the pass protection of the Cowboys. Here we look at it just like Pelor looks at the defense. Look at the big hole up the middle where he can throw the ball right inside. Got a little pressure, but not enough to keep him from throwing the ball right on the money. Watch Reggie White, 92. There you see the right tackle blocking him from the inside, maintaining good position. Kevin Gogan on the play. Good blocking on his part, the right tackle.
9-yard pickup in 2nd down and 1. Chandler and Folsom, 2 tight ends. Play action for Pelor. He tucks it away and has plenty of room across the 40. Into Philadelphia territory. Steve Pelor finally tripped up by Mike Pitts. A gain of 28 yards.
And talking to Buddy Ryan yesterday, he said the one thing we got to be careful of with Pelor, we cannot let him escape from the pocket. That's when he's most dangerous. We want to keep him in the pocket, make him throw. We will not let him scramble. But here, look at the hole. Drive a big bus through there. A lot of running room. He takes good advantage of the opportunity. Gets as much out of the play as he possibly can. Tucks the ball away underneath to make sure he doesn't fumble. But a great play by Steve Pelor.
Steve Folsom goes out of the ball game. Todd Fowler comes back in for Dallas. 1st down and 10. The ball at the 48-yard line. Walker straight ahead to the 45, a gain of 3.
One thing Tom Landry said, talking to him the other day, he said, we are definitely going to run the football. We feel that we can't run the football. We want to have as much balance as we possibly can. And so far, when they have run, they've moved the ball pretty well.
Philadelphia's defense is a turnover team. They run a basic 46, but they'll overshift and undershift. The secondary has given up 23 touchdown passes, we mentioned, but the defense has also had an impressive 29 interceptions. 2nd down and 7. 3 wide receivers now for the Cowboys. Martin in motion, and again, Pelor to throw. With running room on the right side. Goes out of bounds at the 38-yard line. He'll be close to another Dallas 1st down, and tempers flare already. And flags fly. Roy Young was right in the middle of it.
Yeah, Roy Young hit him right about the time he came out of bounds, but I don't think he really knew where he was. He was just trying to make an honest attempt to make a play, and I don't think he was aware, really, of where the sideline was.
And it's against Philadelphia.
Let's take a look at it here. Roy Young, number 43. He's out of bounds to begin with, coming from the inside. I don't think he knew he was outside when he made the tackle.
Looked like Pelor just ran into him.
Yes. But he was, I don't think I've ever seen that before. The defensive back was outside to begin with and made the tackle out of bounds.
Clearly after the ball was dead, number 43 defense. 1st down.
So it's not a late hit. It's after the ball was dead, and it's for a punch thrown by Roynell Young. 6'1", 185-pounder, 9-year veteran out of Alcorn State. 1st and 10 Dallas. 7th play of the drive. They started on their own 5. Pelor. It was intended for Todd Fowler and dropped. He had pressure, though.
Reggie White was on the nose of the center that time, and we asked him if he liked being on the nose more than he liked playing defensive left end. He said, it really doesn't make a lot of difference to me because I like both positions, except I'm a little bit more confined when I'm on the nose of the center. I said, what about playing the right side? He said, I don't like the right side at all because I don't feel comfortable. I feel very awkward.
Since White arrived in 1985, the defensive front of the Eagles has been held sackless only twice. He is an impact player. 2nd down and 10. This is Herschel Walker. Gets a block on the corner and picks up maybe a yard. Run out of bounds by Dwayne Giles.
Talking to Herschel Walker is quite a treat. He made an interesting comment the other day. So, you know, when I was a kid, I learned to compete to win. I didn't learn how to compete just to be competitive. I learned to compete to win. There's only 2 things can happen. You can win or lose, and you better do everything you possibly can to win.
He's had over 5,100 yards from scrimmage the past 3 years. 6 defensive backs now for the Eagles. Shotgun formation for the Cowboys with 3 wide receivers on 3rd and 9. It's complete at the 10. To Ray Alexander, and that's his 53rd catch of the year.
Alexander's on the left side, number 87. Bump and run coverage on the play. Maintains outside coverage, so the inside is there. The ball is thrown right on the money. Eric Allen, number 21, on coverage on the play, but unusually for him, he played outside, which gave him the inside, and they had plenty of room. It was tough for him to recover on that pass.
Allen got help from Andre Waters. It's a gain of 12. It'll be first down and 10 Cowboys. Walker tries the left side. And there's absolutely nothing there. Reggie White got there first.
The great thing about Reggie White, he can really run. He's not only quick for a big guy, but he's fast for a big guy. And Herschel Walker, on the last run, talking to him yesterday, he said that he's wearing shin guards, taping up his shins with a lot of protection because that's the only place in his body that really hurts him. So he's been able to tape it up, and he feels much better, and it kind of softens the blow.
Walker and White met many, many times in the past, not only with these two teams, but in the USFL. Walker and Fowler are the setbacks now for Dallas. It'll be second down and 11 after that loss of 1. Pallor going for the corner to Walker, incomplete. There's a flag. Andre Waters was defending on the play, and there's a flag at the 3-yard line.
Andre Waters, number 20, gave him a little shove in the back. Officials saw it. Pass interference on the play. Waters is complaining about the call, squeaking a little bit. Nothing he can do about it now. He was caught in the act, and they called a penalty.
The Eagles, not a fast-starting team.
Number 20 defense. It's 5 yards and first down.
And when I say that, I say it with the statistics. They've been outscored 104-76 in the first quarter.
Herschel Walker coming out of the backfield, tries to make a move on Waters, and you see Waters using his hands as the ball is in the air, and they call pass interference.
Second penalty against Philadelphia on this drive. Chandler and Folsom, 2 tight ends for the Cowboys on first and goal at the 7. Walker off the right side. Down to the 5-yard line. Mike Reichenbach makes the tackle there.
You know, they ran into the soft spot. It looked like the soft spot of the defense that time, Timmy. They had the center covered with Reggie White. They had both guards covered. It looked like the intelligent place to run was where they ran, but they sure caved in on them in a hurry.
Folsom goes out of the ball game. Todd Fowler comes back in. Fowler, 6'3", 226-pounder, 5-year veteran out of Stephen F. Austin. It'll be second and goal from the 5. Walker and Fowler are the setbacks behind Pallor. Walker. No signal yet. Reichenbach made the initial hit, and Walker lunged forward close to that goal line.
That was a counter play, and he wound up on his back and couldn't squirm to cross the plane. They fake to the fullback and give it to Walker. Look at the big hole, lowers his shoulder, pops through there. Now watch as he falls. The ball doesn't break the plane. His shoulders do, but the ball doesn't break the plane.
Here's a better angle, Hank.
Yeah, there's another good shot of it. And look at the hole. Terrific hole. Walker, watch him trying to get over there, but in the process, does not make it with the ball crossing the plane.
Third and goal from the 1. Walker. Touchdown, Dallas. There is a flag. And it's against the Eagles. Cowboys strike first. That's Herschel Walker's 7th touchdown of the year. Roger Ruzek now comes on for the extra point. Pallor is the holder. He's been perfect on the year for the extra points. And this one's good as well. the Pro Bowl, and Dallas leads by a touchdown. With that touchdown run, Herschel Walker broke the record set by Tony Dorsett for total yards in a season with the Dallas Cowboys. 1,981. That's impressive.
It surely is. And what also was impressive, talking to him the last 2 days, I said, what's the key to this game? He said, the key to the game is physical. We've got to be physical, more physical than the Eagles. And so far, they've done a good job of coming off the ball and playing very physical.
The drive went 13 plays, 95 yards, took 6 minutes and 59 seconds. The big play was Pelor on a 27-yard scramble in the personal foul against the Eagles. Cowboys kick off, and it'll be taken by Walter Abercrombie. Abercrombie met at the 17-yard line. Right now, let's take you to New York for this update with Brent Musburger. Brent?
All right, Tim, now it's the Jets' turn for a field goal attempt. Pat Leahy, 41 yards away, scoreless, and he's got this one. The Jets strike first on the Giants, 3-0 in the first quarter. Oilers lead the Browns, and Don Strock has been intercepted twice by Houston. Back to Tim.
All right, Brent, 11-yard return on the kickoff by Abercrombie. It's first down and 10 for the Eagles. Carter in motion on first down. Play action. Incomplete. It was intended for Mike Quick. And Randall Cunningham threw it off balance. Good coverage by Robert Williams, and he's been impressive for the Cowboys the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, they like him very much. They think he's going to be a terrific player. He started to be he was always a running back or a flanker, and now they made a defensive back out of him, and they think he's going to be terrific. Here's the pressure on Cunningham. Brooks, number 99, makes him throw the ball a little bit quicker than he wanted to, but it was still in a catchable area.
It's second down and 10. This is Tony. He pushes the pile up close to the 25-yard line. Good pursuit by Michael Downs. Finally knocked him out of bounds. He had help from Cobb and Lockhart.
They've got to establish something, talking about Philadelphia. Right now, they haven't established anything. They've got to do some running to keep that defense honest and then mix up the pass and also include the play action. But so far, they haven't established any kind of a personality, Tim. You know it?
Absolutely. Under 4 minutes to play in the first quarter. That 7-yard gain by Tony makes it 3rd and 3. Eagles go to 3 wide receivers now. Cunningham with a quick drop has the ball batted away. Ken Norton, the rookie from UCLA. And Dallas is playing with a lot of emotion.
Watch Norton, number 51. The son of the former heavyweight champion, Ken Norton. Came in there, put pressure, knocked the ball up in the air. Incomplete, kicking time, Philadelphia.
Telchik, with a 40-yard average, will be kicking to Kelvin Martin. High spiraling punt. Martin will take it at the 30. Backpedals, and he's down at the 28-yard line. So a 45-yard punt, a 2-yard return, and the tackle made by Azell Jenkins. There's a flag on the play, and it's against Philadelphia. So they're going to make him do it all over again, Hank, I believe.
I would think so. I would sure make him kick again. That was a very good punt. He might not get as good a kick on the second shot around.
You saw Everson Walls tell Jim Tunney to move him back. Let's do it again.
Number 58 downfield, still 4th down.
Ty Allert was the guy who went downtown illegally. He left before the punt. That's the 3rd penalty for the Eagles.
Kelvin Martin that time made the catch and ran right into his own guy, Elbert.
Word from the Eagles bench that Seth Joyner has a sprained foot. may or may not return. This time Telchik stands inside his own 5. This is a high wobbler. Martin will call for the fair catch at the 47-yard line, and the crowd wanted another penalty for interference. There is none. It's a 33-yard punt. The Eagles wasted a 45-yard punt by Telchik. After the penalty, they had to settle for a 33-yarder. So Dallas starts with excellent field position again, with the ball sitting on the 47-yard line. It's first down, Cowboys. Again, they come with the motion. And lots of it. The Eagles adjust. And Herschel goes off the right side for maybe a yard. All that motion doesn't help you much when you just go straight ahead.
Well, it doesn't help you much if you don't block somebody. That's the key, Tim. And that time they ran right at Reggie White, and he stuffed the play and didn't make much yardage on the play at all. But you talk about a lot of movement, and of course Tom Landry said that we want to get as much movement as we possibly can because they react to formations. If we move 3 times, they have to change the defenses 3 times. But Buddy Ryan said, well, I'm just going to give the signals from the sideline this week, and whatever we call, we're going to stay in that defense. We're not going to change it all like we have in the past, and that's going to help us.
It'll be second down and 9 for the Cowboys. Walker now goes into the backfield, into the eye with Fowler. Strong left. They look that way now on play action. Pelor's pass intercepted. Wes Hopkins returns it to the 46-yard line. And for Hopkins, that's his 4th interception of the year. A 10-yard return.
And look at the play action, what it did to the defense. He had all the time in the world. No rush whatsoever. Wes Hopkins played his college football at SMU. Came up with the interception. Now watch the play action fake and look at the block they get on Reggie White up the middle. Look at number 55. Go to the inside Reichenbach, going for the fake. Hopkins makes the interception and get as much out of the play as he can. But the big thing is he covers up the ball so he doesn't create a fumble situation.
That's the 17th interception of the year that Steve Pelor has thrown. He threw one last week against the Redskins, so now he has 17 touchdowns, but he also has 17 interceptions.
And I think that's what Buddy meant when he said we want to make sure we make him throw from the pocket, because he's not nearly as dangerous from the pocket as he is when he escapes from the pocket and then throws the ball downfield or escapes and runs.
Cowboys are minus 19 in the giveaway takeaway situation. And for Philadelphia, they're plus 15.
But in this kind of a game, Timmy, as you know, that doesn't make any difference what you did all the other 15 weeks. The only thing that matters is that you get some turnovers in this game today.
Well, that's the 30th interception for that secondary, so that's been impressive all year.
Yeah, it really has been. Terrific.
First down and 10 for the Eagles. Twin receivers, top of the screen. Byers and Tony are the setbacks behind Cunningham. Tony picks up 2. Tackle made by Jim Jeffcoat and Danny Noonan. Let's go to New York. Here's Brent Musburger. Brent?
Well, Tim, the Atlanta defense was pretty much dominating New Orleans until this run by Buford Jordan. 43 yards as he breaks away from 2 defenders there at the end. Out of bounds, sets up the Saints' first touchdown. They lead it 7-0. Strock's 3rd interception, a touchdown. 10-0 there. Let's go back to Tim.
And that New Orleans game is important for the Eagles. New Orleans wins and Philadelphia wins. The Eagles are in. On second down and 8, Cunningham has to tuck it away. Gets back just across the line of scrimmage. Jim Jeffcoat makes the tackle.
I asked Buddy Ryan, I said, Buddy, what about Randall's running? Do you like for him to run? Do you ever talk to him about his running? He said, nope. He said, only thing I do when I see him take off and run, I cheer and I yell and I say, run, run, run. He wants him to run because he moves the chains and does a great job of putting pressure on the defense.
He told us that being a defensive coach, it's good for the quarterback. He doesn't pay that much attention to what his quarterback's doing.
No.
I don't believe that. On 3rd and 7, 6 defensive backs now for the Cowboys. 3 wide receivers for the Eagles. Cunningham drops it toward Tony, incomplete. The Eagles now are 0 for 3 on 3rd down conversion.
And it looked like somebody deflected that one, Jim. I couldn't tell for sure. but it didn't look like it flew out of there in his normal course.
Randall Cunningham now just 2 for 5, 17 yards. Telchik comes back on to punt. He's had 2 today, 41-yard average. Kelvin Martin is deep for the Cowboys, standing at his own 10. High, wobbly kick. Fair caught at the 18-yard line. So with 1:02 remaining in the first quarter, it's 7-0 Dallas. In his 29th consecutive year with the Dallas Cowboys, that ties a record set by Curly Lambeau, the NFL. 29 years, Tom Landry.
It's unbelievable to go that long with that much success, too.
1 minute, 2 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Dallas leads 7-0. The Eagles look flat. 3 possessions, 1 first down. 2 tight ends for the Cowboys, Chandler and Folsom. This is Walker straight ahead. Gets maybe 1 yard. Right now, let's take you back to New York and Brent Musburger. Brent?
Tim, if the Eagles can pick up the pace, they may be able to win a division championship. Touchdown, Jets. O'Brien to tight end Mickey Schuler. It is 10-0. Jets dominating the Giants. Back to Tim.
How about that?
Boy, the Jets have really, you talk about a stock market team. They've been up and down, but they've won a lot of very important games, a lot of big games this year.
I'm surprised the Eagles aren't playing with more emotion. 25 seconds remaining in the first quarter. It's 2nd down and 8 for the Cowboys. Herschel Walker dots the I. Instead, they go straight ahead to Darryl Clack. And the pile gets pushed backwards after a gain of about 3. And that should be the last play of the first quarter. Ernie Stautner getting the defense ready for the next series. That's the end of the first quarter with a score. Dallas 7, the Eagles nothing. A look at the Cotton Bowl where this game used to be played. And UCLA Arkansas will be gearing up for that bowl game. And the Cotton Bowl that you can see here on CBS. Who do you like in that one, Hank?
Arkansas.
Had a great year, didn't they?
They really did. They
Kenny
played well.
Hatfield?
I only saw them play one time. I saw them play against Miami. They were tough. Very impressive.
Cowboys dominated the first quarter. 10 minutes, 27 seconds in time of possession. Only 4 minutes for the Eagles. Dallas had 6 first downs. Philadelphia had 1. It's 3rd down and 4. With 3 wide receivers, they give it to Herschel Walker. Breaks 1 tackle out to the 27-yard line. Tackle made by Mike Pitts.
They had a safety blitz that time, and the blitzer went right into the hole, right by the ball carrier. Herschel Walker on the play.
So that brings on Mike Saxon on 3rd down and 4, or 4th down rather. Mark Konechty will be deep for the Eagles.
The Eagles better play with their heart in their sleeve here a little bit, show more animation, more emotion. They haven't shown much so far.
1 first down in the ball game thus far for the Eagles. Good snap, pressure from the outside, and Saxon gets off a high tail wagger. Konechty takes it at the 24, looks for a block and gets back to the 30-yard line, and there's a flag thrown immediately. A 50-yard punt, a 7-yard return, and the tackle was made by Garth Jackson, Ron Burton. Wait to see what the penalty is. It's against Dallas, so they'll mark it off. And the Eagles will start with good field position, Hank.
Yeah, that's 2 good kicks for Saxon.
Unnecessary roughness, number 56. 15 yards, first down.
56 is Eugene Lockhart. Eugene, the hitting machine. 2nd penalty of the game for Dallas. First down and 10. for Cunningham, who throws underneath the linebackers to his tight end, Keith Jackson. Out close to midfield.
Jackson's quite a story. Came into the game with 74 catches. Delightful guy to talk to. And he talked about the excitement of playing here in Dallas and talked about all of his friends and parents and everybody coming in yesterday to get a big limousine and kind of walk the dog a little bit, showed him around town.
That's his 75th catch of the year. He had only 62 in his entire collegiate career. 2nd down and 5 for the Eagles. Cunningham to throw again underneath, has it complete. Again, there's a flag. Andrew Toney made the catch. He's down at the 42-yard line, but there is a flag, and it's thrown in the backfield of the Eagles, and it'll be against Philadelphia.
You know, so far, Tim, you can't tell who's playing for a playoff berth.
That's
Number 50, still second down.
Dave Remington with a chop block. That's illegal, so they move it down. It'll be down at the 35-yard line.
We'll see it right in the middle of the screen. There you see it. Right guard chopping. Call is good.
4th penalty of the game against the Eagles. On 2nd and 20. Cunningham hits Keith Jackson, who's up close to a 1st down. He'll be a yard shy, so they needed 20. They get 19 back. Michael Downs makes the tackle.
He threw the ball right on the money. There you see the defense reacting to where Cunningham is looking. You see the receiver stop in that zone, Keith Jackson. Wide open on the play, and of course, the great thing about Cunningham, he gets the ball there so quickly. Got a great gun. You talk about a frozen rope. He throws one.
53% passing percentage. 22 touchdowns, 16 interceptions for Cunningham. It's 3rd down and 1 for the Eagles. Cowboys jump. Again, there's a flag. Byers goes over the top. He'll be close to a 1st down. He's got it if it's not against the Eagles.
Looked like it was Too Tall Jones, number 72. I don't know for sure, but that's who it looked like.
It is against the Cowboys.
Offside defense. Number 72, 5 yards, makes it the 1st down.
And it is Ed Too Tall Jones, who says that he'll take 6 weeks after the season to evaluate his performance and think about next year if he's going to come back. 37 years old, 14 years in the NFL. 1st down, Eagles. Byers and Toney are the setbacks for Cunningham. Play action. Cunningham throws it to Keith Jackson inside the 30. Down to the 22-yard line. Ron Burton knocks him out of bounds there.
You know, Cunningham, for a guy that's got such a strong arm, really has a terrific touch. There was a great illustration of it, running to his left, and he just kind of lobbed the ball very gently over the top of the linebacker to Jackson, and they pick up a nice gain and a 1st down on the play. But terrific execution on the part of Randall Cunningham.
Gain of 19. Jackson's 3rd catch of the ball game, and it's 1st down, Eagles. 3 wide receivers, and this is Toney. Tackled by Ed Too Tall Jones after a gain of 3.
The way those defensive backs are flying up there, Timmy, it looks like some kind of a play-action pass or some kind of an option pass could be very efficient, because Bates was right up there in the line of scrimmage, and of course Bates is a terrific player, but he's like a linebacker playing safety.
Cowboys have been filling well against the run the last couple of weeks. Held Washington to 24 yards rushing last week. Cowboys defensively held Cleveland to 27 yards the week before. 2nd down and 7. Cunningham on the fade pattern, going for the corner, incomplete, no flags. It was intended for Mike Quick.
He read the blitz beautifully, talking about Cunningham, threw it up on top, but Williams was right there, step for step, with Mike Quick on the play.
Williams is the fastest player in the Dallas secondary. It'll be 3rd down and 7. Ron Johnson comes back into the ball game for Philadelphia. Byers will come out. 6 defensive backs now for the Dallas Cowboys. Johnson and Quick at the bottom of the screen. Shotgun formation. Cunningham looks right, throws that way. It was intended for Carter. Incomplete. Everson Walls was there on the coverage, and that'll bring up 4th down in the field goal unit.
It really hurts when you take that much time off the clock and move the ball down the field and you don't get the touchdown.
Luis Zendejas, and you saw his numbers. He's played for both Dallas and Philadelphia. It's a 37-yard attempt for Zendejas. Telchik is the holder. And it's good. So with 11 minutes and 19 seconds remaining in the half, it's 7-3 Dallas. A 37-yard field goal by Zendejas has made it a 7-3 ball game. Time of possession, though, goes in favor of Dallas. Cunningham 5 of 11 for 60 yards thus far, Hank.
And Pelor did a great job on that first touchdown or the only touchdown. He ran 27 yards on the scramble, which is a big play. Herschel Walker has done an excellent job. And, of course, the defense has just been super, talking about the Dallas Cowboys.
The defense has been strong the last couple of weeks for the Dallas Cowboys, and that's been a difference. And it looks as if Philadelphia now starting to pick up the pace a little bit and play with more emotion.
I think that's the key. I don't think they started the game playing with much animation at all. Looked like they were sleepwalking a little bit. Looked like they were still in Phoenix.
Luis Zendejas to kick off for Philadelphia. Clack and Burbage are deep for the Cowboys. This is a low liner that hits at the 15 and is taken by Clack. And he's out to the 29-yard line. They'll mark it at the 30. A 23-yard return. The tackle made by Michael Haddix. Steve Pelor 3 for 6. The Crimson Tide, led by Butkus Award winner Derek Thomas, makes his 29th bowl appearance in the last 31 years against the powerful wishbone attack of the Army Cadets. It's the John Hancock Sun Bowl with Alabama and Army next Saturday, starting at 12 noon Eastern Time on CBS. What do you like there?
Alabama.
Alabama, huh? First down, Pelor has it intercepted by Wes Hopkins. That's his 2nd interception of the game. What a play by Hopkins. Just read it out of his free safety spot, made the dive and the catch.
And Pelor didn't look like he had much on the ball at all that time. It looked like it hung up there a little bit. Hopkins looking at Pelor all the way. Good on anticipation. And intercepts the ball. A great play by Wes Hopkins, number 48. Terrific.
Herschel Walker made the tackle for Hopkins, his 2nd interception of the game. Hopkins came back from that knee injury. Told us last night how frustrating it was to be on crutches, and he's playing well here today. First down and 10 Eagles, 11:04 remaining in the first half. It's 7-3 Dallas. Cunningham rolls left, now throws back right. Wide open is Mike Quick at the 5-yard line. Bates touches him down at the 3. Quick was wide open.
And he loved that one. He gave it the old helicopter spin there that time. This is a draw sprint, a very poor fake. They haven't run this play before. Talking to Bill Walsh and Ted Plum, and they completely surprised the Cowboys. The ball is right up on top. In the process of catching the ball, Mike Quick fell down, and so the ball is there on about the 2-yard line, 3-yard line.
A gain of 41. It'll be first down and goal at the 2. Byers right side. There's a flag. No touchdown signal. And it's going to be against Philadelphia.
It's tough. Tough for Philadelphia. I couldn't tell who it was. Somebody really got a great block on that right side. Maybe that's what it was holding. That's who it was.
Fifth penalty for Philadelphia, 50 yards in penalties. Good look at Jimmy Giles.
He was holding on the play. He got a great block, but in the process, evidently was holding on that play.
Acquired from the Lions, he beat out John Spagnuolo. First down and goal for the 12. Cunningham. Incomplete, intended for Byers. Ed Too Tall Jones applied the pressure. And Cunningham had to throw around him. He may have even gotten a hand on him.
He touched it. Ron Heller blocking him on the play. Too Tall Jones on the right side. Watch him. He pushes Heller to the left, just pushes him away, jumps up into the air and deflects the ball. A great play by Too Tall Jones. A missed block by the right tackle, Ron Heller, number 73.
You know, Hank, every time I see a ball batted like that or tipped or blocked, I think of Doug Flutie and how frustrated he gets talking about it. He says, hey, the tall guys have them blocked all the time. This is the second or third one here against Cunningham in the first half, and Cunningham's 6'4".
That's exactly right, and it's a good analogy because we hear that all the time about shorter quarterbacks, but we see it consistently every week. And the great thing about a guy like Flutie is that he knows his shortcomings, and as a result, he has a great feel for that situation and doesn't get many of them blocked.
Keith Byers reaching down toward that right ankle.
I think the key is not to throw over the top of people, but throw the ball between people. That's the key.
Dallas defense inside the 20-yard line. The opponents have scored on 24 of the last 26 possessions, 15 of those touchdowns. Look at Ernie Stautner calling the defenses for Dallas. Byers comes out. Abercrombie comes in for the Philadelphia Eagles. So it's Abercrombie and Tony now, the setbacks behind Cunningham. Second and goal from the 12. Touchdown Eagles. Keith Jackson.
Boy, he's a terrific tight end. A lot of confidence, great ability and skill. Kind of a flamboyant guy. Watch him coming off the ball. The tight end, 88, makes an outside move inside, goes right down, breaks to the inside. Waters is covering. The ball is right on the money. Touchdown, Philadelphia Eagles. And what was he saying yesterday about kidding Gil Brandt when he was still in college? He said, I'd give anything if I could run patterns against Bates. He did that time, got the touchdown.
His fourth catch of the day, 12-yard touchdown, his sixth touchdown catch of the year. Luis Zendejas on for the extra point. Straight as she goes. And the Eagles have taken control.
Join us for a celebration of winter sports with athletes who dream of Olympic gold. It's Winterfest Christmas Day on CBS Sports.
The Philadelphia drive went 43 yards. It took 3 plays and a minute 15. Big play Cunningham to Quick. 41 yards to the Dallas 2.
Well, they got it going on that drive. They look very efficient.
Luis Zendejas kicking off to the Cowboys. And it'll be taken by Darryl Clack. Clack with a big hole across the 25 to the 29-yard line. The stop made there by Kenny Jackson. 28-yard return. Take you back to that touchdown pass, and I want you to watch the reaction of Randall Cunningham. He is happy, and we'll show you why.
Yeah.
This game obviously with major playoff implications for the Eagles. If the Giants lose to the Jets and the Eagles beat Dallas, Philadelphia wins the division title in the NFC East. And if the Giants come back to beat the Jets and the Eagles win here today, Philadelphia takes the wild card. If New Orleans or San Francisco wins, and there are other scenarios as well, you see they can also get in if they lose, but that's not right now in their thinking. 9 minutes, 39 seconds remain in the first half. First down, Cowboys. Ballure throws this one incomplete in the direction of Kelvin Martin.
That's a play-action pass that time, faking to the halfback coming across. We get a little pressure on Ballure. Watch him. Watch the fake. to Herschel Walker. Right about the time he gets rid of the football, he gets a shot from the backside. But the ball should have been caught. Falls incomplete.
That was Mike Pitts that got him from behind. Pelor now just 3 for 8 passing, 22 yards and 2 interceptions. Second down and 10 for the Cowboys. Walker to the 33-yard line. Tackle made there by Todd Bell.
You got a good picture of the movement there by the Cowboys, and you saw that the Philadelphia Eagles did not move that much. Normally, as I mentioned earlier, if the Cowboys make 4 moves, why the Eagles have to make 4 moves. The way they're playing now defensively, Buddy Ryan is calling the plays defensively, and they're staying in the defense that's called.
Ray Alexander, Michael Irvin come back into the ball game now for the Cowboys. This has been an awfully strong quarter all year for the Eagles. They've outscored their opponents 131-47 in the second quarter. 7 defensive backs now for Philadelphia. 4 wideouts for the Cowboys. On 3rd and 7. Pelor with backside pressure now runs out of there. He's got to get to the 39. Does. First down Cowboys. Big play by Pelor.
And he knew exactly where he had to go and headed in that direction and just barely got the yardage for the first down. But again, great anticipation on the part of Pelor. Back in the shotgun, looking down the field. Some big cavities inside. They push the defensive end in. The linebacker goes out, creating a big hole. He knows exactly where he has to go, and he runs out of bounds and picks up the yardage for the first down. A good play by Pelor, and exactly what we talked about earlier. Buddy Ryan kept saying, we got to keep that guy in the pocket. They haven't kept him in the pocket on 2 big plays.
No, and that graphic illustrated that. 3 rushes, 41 yards. First down and 10 now for the Cowboys with 8:36 remaining in the first half. Too much time.
First down.
CBS Sports Sunday Special Edition, Winterfest, celebration of winter sports and the athletes who often toil in obscurity, dreaming of Olympic gold. The World Cup skiing from Val d'Isere, World Junior Figure Skating from championships in Sarajevo. In-depth look at Eddie the Eagle. And then the Los Angeles Lakers against the Utah Jazz. All on CBS. First and 15, and Pelor in the grasp of Reggie White. He'll get credit for the sack.
There was a leak that time, and a big leak. Reggie White getting the penetration and making the sack. Watch Reggie White coming into the gap between the right guard and the center. A great takeoff. Good quickness and speed. Gets the penetration and makes the tackle. Reggie White, number 92.
That's his 17th sack of the year. He had 2 sacks and a fumble recovery last week against Phoenix. That's a loss of 8. It'll be 2nd and 23. Pelor again under pressure. Here comes White. Incomplete.
They lined him up on the nose of the center again that time. And he really gets off the ball quick. Gets a good push. Tremendous quickness for as big as he is. And of course, along with that, he got great speed. Watch him on the nose of the center. Look at him. Come right into Haggerty. Gets a little leverage, pushes him aside, gets through the gap, chasing Pelor, and gets the hands up, and gives him a little tender tap as he gets rid of the football.
Told us last night, only 1 play. He would like only 1 play against Tex Stram with pads on. It'll be 3rd down and 23 for the Dallas Cowboys. 6 defensive backs now for the Eagles as they load up. The Cowboys out of the shotgun. Again, Pelor has room to run, throws this one. It's complete to Michael Irvin, but he'll still be short of the first down. Tackle was made by Ronell Young. It's a gain of 18.
And here again, Pelor got out of the pocket. That's the thing they're concerned about. Don't let him get out of the pocket. He got out of the pocket, got the ball down the field.
Mike Saxon on the punt for the Cowboys. Low snap. He has to take it on the first hop. And he gets away of duty. the neck, and he'll fair catch it at the 10 and let it go through for the touchback. So with 7 minutes and 19 seconds remaining in the half, it's 10-3 Eagles after that 55-yard punt.
Watch the Lakers and the Jazz tear up the courts. Watch the NBA Christmas Day on CBS Sports.
Good look at Reggie White, who's really been dogging Pelor. First down and 10, 7:19 remain. First half, Cunningham's pass to Keith Jackson is complete, and it's another Eagle first down at the 36-yard line.
You know, the great thing about Jackson, he not only catches the ball and has good hands, but he runs so well for a tight end once he makes the reception.
Gain of 16, his 5th catch of the day, taken down by Eugene Lockhart.
And he said, you know, we asked him why he was able to catch as many balls. He said, very frankly, it was too bad that it happened. But when we lost Mike Quick, why they had to rely on other people, and I was one of the guys they relied on. So as a result, I caught a lot more balls for that reason.
It'll be first down at the 35 for Philadelphia. 3 wide receivers now. And again, Cunningham to throw. Scrambles to the right side. This time he hits Abercrombie, and Abercrombie's taken down rather rudely. Eugene Lockhart made the tackle.
And Lockhart does not like situation substitution, doesn't he? He said, I liked it when I was in there all the time. Now every time I turn around, I'm walking off the field, and then I'm coming back in the field. I never get a chance to get into the rhythm of the game. I wish I could stay in there for all 3 downs instead of in and out like I do.
He says 4 wide receivers come in, and I'm out of there.
That's right.
A loss of 2, it'll be 2nd and 12. You saw Lockhart leave as the Cowboys go to 6 defensive backs. Cunningham to Jackson, first down Eagles.
Ron Francis was on him that time and did covering. It doesn't make any difference, I guarantee you. If you get a chance to throw the ball, Keith Jackson is going to find a way to get open and do a good job of running with the football once he does get open.
3 more catches and he'll tie the rookie record.
And they asked him before the season, what's your goal and ambition? He said, I want to be in Honolulu for the Pro Bowl, and that's exactly where he's going.
Jackson comes out, Jimmy Giles comes in. Tony cuts back against the grain across midfield into Dallas territory. Jim Jeffcoat makes the tackle.
Tell you have to give the Cowboys an awful lot of credit playing this kind of a game. Of course, that's what they're supposed to do. That's what they're getting paid to do. But a lot of teams, you know, in this situation, they're looking for the bus to take them out of here and leave town. The last game of the season when they're not in the race. I think the Cowboys have shown a lot of character and played very hard all season long, and are playing very hard in this game.
Mike Quick comes to the bottom of the screen. Carter goes to the top. 2nd down and 6. Cunningham buys some time as he rolls right and throws deep in the direction of Abercrombie, and it's overthrown at the 5.
Cunningham really got a shot after he got rid of the football. It's amazing how far he can throw the ball on the move. Watch him now. Look at. He's all spread out, and look at Burton. Ron Burton, number 57, gives him a shot right in the chest. But he looks like he's made out of rubber the way he bounces back all the time.
Burton's 245 pounds, Cunningham 200 pounds. It'll be 3rd down and 6. Philadelphia 0 for 4 on 3rd down conversions today. They go to 4 wide receivers. Drills this one in the direction of Keith Jackson, incomplete. Make it 0 for 5 on 3rd down conversions.
We talked to him about the fact that he was in a little bit of a slump in the eyes of a lot of people. He didn't seem to be too concerned about it, and I think that's a great quality of the great quarterbacks. You know, they might have a bad quarter or 2 bad quarters, but they're never going to have 4 bad quarters. And I think the same thing is true with a slump. They snap out of it in a hurry.
Telchik gets a high spiraling punt. Kelvin Martin will fair catch it at the 11. And so the Cowboys will start with poor field position after that 38-yard punt. These are some guys that may or may not be back next year. Danny White said he wants to play, and if it's not here, he wants to play elsewhere. Randy White, he'll wait until he gets a medical examination on the disc in his neck to see if he can play next year. Ed Too Tall Jones said he'd take 6 weeks off and consider it.
You know, and of course, Danny White also, he's concerned about not playing. He said if he's not going to play, he'd like to be able to play someplace else. And of course, Randy White said that he definitely wants to play, but he's going to talk to Coach Landry, and at the end of the season, they'll decide what's best for him and the team.
So this may be the last game for a lot of the old veteran Cowboys. Herschel Walker out to the 15-yard line. Reggie White makes the tackle.
Well, the Cowboys know where they want to run when they do run, because they run to that right side consistently. They've got a pretty good push that time and got off the ball in pretty good shape.
For Walker, that's 14 carries, 36 yards, and a touchdown. So he's got 36 of those 80-some yards from Dallas. Everything else has come from Steve Pallor. 2nd down and 7. This is Walker with a big hole. Breaks the tackle at the 20. Herschel Walker to the 30-yard line. 1st down, Dallas.
They caught Reichenbach in a blitz that time, and Crawford Kerr got a beautiful block at him, on him right in the hole. You'll see him. Watch Reichenbach, now 55. Watch him come in the gap. Watch the block here. Knocks him right off his feet. And he runs right by him, a big hole, because it was created by the great block by Crawford Kerr on Reichenbach.
Broke the tackle of Wes Hopkins. Royal Young finally brought him down. Gain of 15. It'll be 1st down just outside the 30. Again, it's Walker. This time he's hit almost immediately by Dwayne Giles, 4-year veteran out of Texas Tech.
That's the one thing about the Eagles. You know, they do so many things. You never know where they're coming from. And, of course, your big concern is always you got to find out where Reggie White is going to line up, and you got to make sure you block him all the time. So the offensive team has to imagine a lot of things when they line up in the offensive stance and try to locate these people and block them.
Giles is playing on the left side. He took the place of Seth Joyner when Joyner went out injured. Joyner will not be back. 2nd down and 12 for the Cowboys. Pallor with inside pressure puts it up for grabs. Intercepted. Andre Waters with the interception. Bell to the 30, to the 20, and knocked out of bounds on the 17-yard line by Pallor. I thought the whistle had blown.
I thought it did too.
And one official went and marked the spot. But it's a 21-yard return after the lateral. The pressure came from Mike Pitts. He caused all the problems.
Yes, he did. And watch the hit he gets on Pallor. Look at the ball go upside down. Waters makes the interception. And he's looking for somebody to give the ball to. He gives it to Todd Bell. And Todd's got very good speed. Watch again the pressure on the quarterback. Look at Mills. 74, getting the penetration and getting the hit.
1 minute, 50 seconds remain in the half. The Eagles lead by 3, but they're threatening again with 1:50 remaining in the half. 3 timeouts apiece remaining. Turnovers, 3 for Dallas. 1st down for Cunningham, and he has a ball batted in the air. Incomplete. It was batted by Rod Burton.
He was blitzing on the play and got a piece of the ball, jumps up into the air.
Broken up by Ron Burton. 2nd down, 10.
Watch Burton. Look at the rush. Jeff Coat coming in there. Burton, watch him come up there with the hands coming up. The ball is deflected. Cunningham tries to catch his own pass. It was deflected, but it falls to the turf.
The 3rd batted pass against Cunningham in the 1st half. It'll be 2nd down and 10. 7 defensive backs now for the Cowboys. Going for the corner. Incomplete. Byers was out of bounds when he made the catch. Good coverage by Ron Francis.
Incomplete was called out of bounds. 3rd down.
Good looking play. Good looking play.
Great effort by Byers.
And asked him the other day why he's been able to catch so many passes. He said, I worked on it during the offseason. I worked an awful lot with Randall catching balls against man-for-man coverage, and it's helped me considerably.
Jackson and Carter go to the top of the screen. Quick and Johnson to the bottom. 4 wide receivers for the Eagles on 3rd down and 10. Cunningham again goes to the corner. It's intended for Johnson, incomplete. No flags. The Eagles still have not converted a 3rd down situation today. They're 0 for 6.
They have an awful lot of confidence in their passing game, and justifiably so. They've come into the game with 216-yard passing and on an average basis, but they misfired on all 3 occasions that last series.
Luis Zendejas on to attempt a 35-yard field goal. He hit it from 37 earlier. Telchik is the holder. This one is no good. It's off to the right. So with 1:31 remaining in the first half, the score remains 10-7.
You get a look at the field goal. Everything was perfect, except the kick. It slid off to the right. It looked like it was headed between the uprights and it slid to the right. And is no good. Here we see it again. Watch Zendejas. Got his head down. No good.
So Pelor comes back on for the Cowboys. He's now 4 for 11 passing, 41 yards, but Pelor has 3 interceptions, and he's missed on 5 of his last 6 passes. First down Cowboys at the 20. Again, is pressure from White. Now they call it an incomplete pass. Reggie White wanted the sack. And I think he had cause for an argument.
And you know, the Dallas Cowboys, which is an indication of the kind of an offensive line they've had this year, come into the game with 46 sacks. Look at White coming from the outside, comes around the backside, and makes the sack and makes the play.
It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Cowboys as they go to 4 wide outs in the shotgun formation. Here comes White again. Pelor drills this one over the middle. It's incomplete. Intended for Kelvin Edwards. Coming up at halftime, Brent, Irv, and Dick with all the scores and highlights, and a look back at some of the plays of the year, from the unforgettable to the unbelievable. That's all coming up at halftime with Brent, Irv, and Dick Butkus. And they'll also update you on the playoff situation. 1 minute, 21 seconds remain in the first half. Martin and Irvin come to the bottom of the screen. Everett Gay and Alexander to the top. This is Herschel Walker to the 22-yard line, and Reggie White makes the tackle there. Reggie White's been everywhere.
Again, we talked about it earlier. You better make sure you block him in every play, Tim. If you don't block him, make sure you block him. I don't care where the ball's going. You better block him because he's going to wind up being by the ball carrier.
Timeout on the field with 1:15 remaining in the half. We'll be back. Fourth down and 7. Mike Saxon to punt for the Dallas Cowboys. Mark Konechny is standing back at his own 38-yard line.
Interesting thing about Saxon, he averages 43 yards a kick in September and October, and only 39 yards a kick in November and December.
This one is a high wobbler. Konechny all the way back to the 27-yard line. Fair caught there, so it's a 50-yard punt. He must think it's September.
Yeah, he's got the month mixed up.
Look at Cunningham as he comes back on. Philadelphia has 2 timeouts remaining. Dallas has 3. 1:07 remaining in the first half. It's 10-7 Eagles. This game so very, very important to the Philadelphia franchise. A win today and a New York Giant loss against the Jets, and the Eagles can win the NFC East. And then, of course, the other scenario is getting in as a wild card. Cunningham looks right, drills it, has it complete to the 37-yard line, and the Eagles go up to their hurry-up offense. So Keith Jackson bounces off the turf after his 7th catch, and they line up quickly. Cunningham again looks for Jackson, incomplete at the 45, and Jackson was open. That stops the clock with 46 seconds.
You know, talking to Bill Walsh, who I think is one of the great line coaches in the National Football League and was with me for 15 years at Kansas City, he said earlier they tried to rush Tamburelli in the game and also Singletary. They weren't ready, and they had to go back to the existing people, Baker and Alexander, and their efficiency picked up tremendously.
3rd down and 2, Cunningham. Incomplete, thrown in the direction of Ron Johnson. Again, excellent coverage by Robert Williams.
And overall, the pass protection for Philadelphia has been very good, Tim.
So John Telchik now comes back to punt for Philadelphia. Kelvin Martin is deep for the Cowboys, standing at his own 25. And Dallas has all 3 of its timeouts remaining with 42 seconds left in the half.
I'd go after the kick here if I could to try to block it.
There's a flag, and it's going to be holding against the Eagles. Martin will fair catch this one at about the 15-yard line, but there is a flag.
On the flow, the preliminary signal.
Somebody just about tackled Vince Albritton. 49-yard punt. They'll take that off the boards, and they'll bring it back.
Illegal motion, 56. 5 yards, still 4th down. Penalty is accepted.
You know, here again, Tim, 34 seconds. I would try to get a big play with a block kick with this position at this particular time with the kicking position on the field.
6 penalties against the Eagles and 4 against Dallas. And the Eagles waste another good punt. So Telchik will be standing now on his own 15-yard line. And the clock's down to 34 seconds.
See if they rush or whether they have a return on here. Let's take a look at it. Here they come.
Coming hard. Telchik booms this one. Martin will go all the way back to his 17-yard line. So the Cowboys gain only a yard after the penalty. A 52-yard punt.
Well, you talk about a boomer. He really got into that one.
The clock has 27 seconds remaining on it as the Cowboy offense comes back onto the field. It's 10-7 Eagles. Tim Brandt and Hank Stram with you. Texas Stadium on a glorious day in Texas. 65 degrees.
And Cowboys have 3 timeouts. You brought the bulletproof coat today, too, Tim. You thought it was going to be chilly.
Pallor's just 4 for 13 and 41 yards, but he has 31 interceptions. Straight ahead to Herschel Walker. They'll just run the clock out. Crowd doesn't like that.
Well, I'm sure the Cowboys feel satisfied. They like to be ahead, but they don't want to take a chance and make a mistake. They're satisfied if he finishes half 10-7.
Tackle was made by Reggie White and Jerome Brown, and that'll do it for the first half. First quarter was all Dallas. Second quarter, all Philadelphia. And at the end of the first half, our score, the Eagles 10, the Cowboys 7. They're calling this the Pork Chop Bowl in reference to Buddy Ryan's little incident with the pork chop where he choked. Of course, Ryan made light of the situation. So here in Dallas, they played it up a little bit. Pretty good rivalry going on between these two clubs. Each accusing the other of running the score up the last couple of times. Take a look at some of the statistics from the first half. field position comparison shows you that the Eagles have had better starting field position, Hank.
Yeah, that's really been the difference, and they've had good shots from their own 41, and then their plus 43. Then they blew an opportunity on the plus 17, which was bad.
Turnovers, Dallas, of course, has 3. The interceptions thrown by Pallor. And average yards on first down, Philadelphia almost 8 yards per first down.
Well, you know why, Timmy? They've thrown the ball almost all the time on 1st and 10. That's why they picked up the yardage. They really have to run the ball a little bit more. They've only run the ball 6 times out of 31 shots in the first half, Tim.
As long as we're telling you how strong Philadelphia's been on first down, we should also tell you that they've been 0 for 7 on third down conversions. And it's 10-7 Eagles. Ruzick to kick off now for Dallas. Abercrombie and Jenkins will be deep for the Eagles, and they're standing at their own 6. It's a high end-over-end kick. That'll be taken by Jenkins at the 6-yard line. He's out to the 24-yard line and marking officially at the 25. A 20-yard return, tackle made by Billy Owens as we start the second half from Texas Stadium in Irving, Texas. 10-7 Eagles.
It'll be interesting to see how they start this second half, whether they try to stick it at him a little bit and try to help their overall offensive scheme by running the ball a little bit more in the second half.
Cunningham, 11 of 25, 148 yards. You saw that, but 7 of those 11 went to Keith Jackson, including the touchdown. Straight ahead, gain of 1 goes Konechny, and its tackle is made by Brooks.
And talking to the coaches about the offensive scheme, talking about Philadelphia, they indicated that they wanted to run right at the Cowboys because they react and pursue so well, but they were vulnerable. They thought straight ahead. There was a straight ahead play, and didn't make any yardage on it whatsoever.
Byers comes out of the ball game. Abercrombie and Tony now in the ball game for the Eagles. 2nd down and 9. Cunningham to throw. Looks right, throws, almost intercepted by Everson Walls. It was intended for Carter, but it was thrown behind him, and Walls couldn't hold on to it.
We see another look at that. There he's throwing over the top. Coming inside, way over the top. Everson Walls covering on the play, but no chance whatsoever for either the defensive back or the offensive receiver to make that play.
3rd and 9, and we told you that the Eagles haven't converted this situation all afternoon. Shotgun formation now. As Cunningham has time and looks now under some pressure, and he is mobile. Gets a good block from Tony, cuts back to the 47-yard line and goes out of bounds near midfield.
You can't teach that. You have to have a feel for pressure. It's an intuitive thing. He felt the pressure. Look at this now. He goes back into the pocket. He's in there in the shotgun. Looking to his left, looking to his left, looking to his left. Comes back to the right side. Too Tall Jones gets caught in the inside. 72 is trying to make a play. Tony makes a beautiful block, number 25. And Randall Cunningham does the rest. Good field position for the Eagles.
Billy Bates never saw Anthony Tony coming.
Beautiful block by Tony.
Gain of 25. It's first down just inside midfield. Byers left side pushes the pile ahead to the 43-yard line. Michael Downs will get credit for the tackle, but a strong run by Keith Byers.
Well, you know what happened on the play, Timmy? They sent it back in motion to make sure that they occupy the linebacker on the split inside, so they have man-for-man coverage. They got a good push, and Byers popped through there for a nice gain on the play. That's the kind of running they thought they could do, and they really haven't pursued the opportunity to do that very often. That's really the first time.
Byers is second leading rusher in history of Ohio State behind two-time Heisman winner Archie Griffin. Byers was a Heisman runner-up himself to Doug Flutie. 2nd down and 4. Cunningham throws to Byers, and he'll be close to a first down. Knocked out of bounds by Bill Bates. Buddy Ryan says Byers is the best back he's ever seen coming out of the backfield.
And he's had some good ones like Foreman at Minnesota, but he said he's even better than Foreman, and he loved Foreman. Argued about where they marked the ball. Byers thought he made the necessary yardage for the first down. He's squeaking a little bit about the play, but you know who always wins that argument, Tim?
No question about it.
Just like squirting perfume on a skunk. Doesn't do much good, does it?
Buddy Ryan's hot. It'll be third down and less than 1. Byers, first down inside the 20, the 35.
Same thing again. Set it back in motion to take the linebacker. 3-on-3 blocking. Got a good surge and pick up the necessary yardage for the first down.
Tackle made by Ron Burton. Byers, 6'1", 238-pounder, 3-year veteran out of Ohio State. Mike Quick comes to the bottom of the screen. Chris Carter to the top. Pro set for the Eagles on first down at the 35.
See, he's changing the play. The defense is changing too, see?
Cunningham with plenty of time, now rolls left. He's got a lot of room. Inside the 30, to the 20, to the 17-yard lines where Bill Bates makes the tackle.
You know, for a guy as tall as Cunningham, look how well he levels himself even with the would-be tackler or the eventual tackler Bates. Watch him take off and watch him lower his body and shoulder. Look at all the time he's got. Looking, escapes to the outside. They hook Jeffcoat 77. Now watch him lower here. Watch him. There he is. He meets Bates with his shoulder to shoulder, and doesn't take the brunt of the blow.
Bates is the Cowboy leading tackler. Cunningham is the Eagles leading rusher. You see the impact that he's had. 74% of the offense, total net yards, Cunningham. First down again, he's got plenty of time with Tony, and Tony's nailed. Oh, what a hit by the hitting machine, Eugene Lockhart. Correction, Cobb.
You're right, Timmy. What a hit is right. The back's cross. Look at that. The back's cross, and here he is hitting Tony. And watch Cobb come into the picture and hit him high. You talk about a shot. He really splatters him. You talk about a pancake shot. All he needs there is some syrup.
He's working out some frustrations. He was waived by the Eagles.
Yes, sir.
9th play of the drive coming up. It started on the Eagle 25. Second down and 8. Cunningham going for the corner. Quick. Touchdown, Eagles.
Quick has to feel good about that catch, because talking to him yesterday, he was still a little concerned about that broken left leg that he had. Said it was a problem on synthetic turf. He'd much rather run on grass. But here we see him coming off the ball, looking to the inside. Cobb in hot pursuit, makes an inside move to freeze the corner, makes the catch. The ball thrown beautifully by Cunningham. Williams was covering man for man with help underneath from Gary Cobb.
His 21st catch of the year is Dejas on for the extra point. And it's good. Effective but not pretty. 15-yard touchdown catch by Quick. The drive went 75 yards, 9 plays. It took only 4 minutes and 12 seconds. Cunningham was 3 for 4, and he hit that guy right there. Mike Quick with a 15-yard touchdown.
He was really concerned about missing all those games and coming back and playing efficiently. That's got to help him tremendously making that catch.
10 minutes, 48 seconds remain in the third period. Zendejas. Kicking to Clack, who takes it at the 2. Across the 20 and spins out to the 25-yard line. And this game now really becomes significant after that 22-yard return, with the Giants losing to the Jets 20-7 and Philadelphia leading here. If that holds up, then Philadelphia will win the NFC East. This is what has to happen. The Eagles must beat Dallas and the Giants lose. If that happens, they win the division title. If they win today and the Giants win, then the 49ers or Saints have to win. And the wild card will go to Philadelphia. first down for Pelor. This is Clack with a big hole out across the 30 to the 34-yard line. Tackle made by Mike Rockenbach and Clyde Simmons. Tim Brandt and Hank Stram at Texas Stadium in Irving, Texas on a glorious day in the Lone Star State. Mid-60s, sunny. And the Eagles are going after the NFC East title, leading 17-7.
The weather reminds them a little bit of Phoenix. They spent the whole week in Phoenix. Not quite as hot here, but that's where they spent the whole week, and they felt that they got an awful lot of good out of that change of environment.
Second down and 2 for the Cowboys as they shift. This is Herschel Walker off the right side, tries to get the corner, and he may have lost the yard. Tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but again, it's Reggie White making the tackle.
I tell you, Kevin Cogan is really having his hands full trying to block White, as does everybody else in the National Football League.
6'5", 285-pounder, 4-year pro Reggie White. Interesting, we were talking to him last night. We asked him if he was satisfied with his year. He says, the only time I've ever been satisfied in my career was when I was a senior in college.
And that was a good answer, really, because he said, you know, I don't think we ever get satisfied, because once we got satisfied, I think you drop off in efficiency. Pretty good observation for the young player.
Dallas wants a timeout. 45-second clock had gone down to 3 seconds. And with 9 minutes and 11 seconds remaining in the third period, there's timeout with 17-7 score, Eagles. 17-7 Eagles with 9:11 remaining third period. It's third down and 2 Dallas. 4 wide receivers for the Cowboys. 6 defensive backs for the Eagles. Pelor, incomplete. He's now 4 for 14 with 3 interceptions, and they're starting to boo him here in Texas. It was intended for Michael Irvin.
And that time, I think he threw the ball a little bit behind on the play, and it falls incomplete. There you see, look at White coming through there again, getting the penetration on Haggerty. And I asked Haggerty the other day, what about Reggie White when he plays on you? He said, well, when he starts coming, I keep yelling, throw it, Steve, throw it, throw it, throw it, Steve.
Saxon gets a high wobbler off. Konechny will take it at the 26.
That kick should have been blocked. Had he taken the right angle, Timmy, that would have been a blocked kick.
So far, Rafferty's had all he can handle with Reggie White. 40-yard punt. CBS Sports Sunday Special Edition, the Winterfest. And that's going to be a lot of fun to watch. World Cup skiing from Val d'Isere, World Junior Figure Skating Championships from Sarajevo. In-depth look at Eddie the Eagle Edwards. And then Christmas Day, the Los Angeles Lakers and Utah Jazz starts at 3:30 Eastern time. So it's a special day for us at CBS. This pass out to Tony to the 36-yard line. Correction, 32-yard line. Tackle made by Ron Burton.
And another great touch by Cunningham, throwing it right over the top, very softly, so Tony could catch it in stride and continue to run down the field and get as much yardage out of the play as you possibly can. You can throw that ball behind the back or any other place while he has a problem. Hey, buddy, don't choke.
Second down and 6 for the Eagles. Cunningham drills this one in the direction of Jackson, incomplete.
You know, talking about the rivalry, talking about to Buddy Ryan and also Tom Landry, they kind of minimize the attitude of what's been expressed in the paper. But Buddy said, you know, they ran up to score in during the strike season. And so he opened the can, and then we came back and we closed the can. As far as I'm concerned, case dismissed. It's over. Ancient history.
There's been a lot written this week about the rivalry, specifically those recent incidents you're talking about, allegations by both aimed at the other. Third down and 6. Byers cuts inside. He's not going to get close to a first down. And the Eagles are going to have to punt.
Here again, I think, you know, they thought that they were going to be able to run this play outside, pull both guards on the play because they had 7 defensive backs in the game. But it turns out that they don't do a good job of blocking at the point of attack. And you see the pursuit on the part of the Cowboys, and they don't make any yardage on the play. Danny Noonan, number 73, did a good job of coming from the inside.
This is Telchik's 6th punt of the afternoon. He's averaged 41 yards. The Cowboys come with the block. And Martin will let this one hit, but it gets a Cowboy bounce and goes out at the 37. We've got 7 minutes, 36 seconds remaining third quarter. It's still 17-7. I don't think he's calling asking for Christmas gifts.
No, I think he's calling for the limousine service. They win the game. He's telling limousine to pick him up at the airport when they come in.
He's 15 for 31, 172 yards and 2 touchdowns. First down and 10 for the Cowboys. Valor tries to go over top, does. It's complete. Folsom carries it down into Eagle territory to the 44-yard line. Finally tackled by Todd Bell.
It looked like they were in a zone defense that time, play action, and it froze the linebackers, and he hits the hole in the defense. Not a very good fake at all to Herschel Walker, but there it is in the zone. Look at it. He's wide open, has to wait for the play. Todd Bell comes in from the backside and makes the tackle. But it looked like Todd Bell took a whiff on the play, the fake.
That's only Pelor's 2nd completion since the first quarter. That's a gain of 19. It's first down and 10 Dallas. Michael Irvin in motion. This is Herschel Walker. Herschel cuts back, gains maybe a yard. Tackle made by Ronell Young.
He came up there fast and forced the play. I thought when the play started, Tim, they were going to make some yardage on that play, but it closed in a hurry.
Good look at Herschel Walker. In the first half, Walker became only the 10th player in the history of the NFL to gain over 2,000 yards from scrimmage in a single season. This is what we were talking about, Dallas passing. It has not been effective. Pelor with only 2 completions since the first quarter. Second down and 9, Cowboys. Here's pressure from White again. Pelor scrambles out. There's a flag in the backfield. Pelor goes down to the 25, but there's a flag in the backfield, and it's going to be called holding against the Cowboys.
And that was an 8-man front that time, Timmy, 3 deep. Big hole in the middle. He spotted it, but in spite of that, why, of course, it was holding on the play, and they call it back.
Let's see if that goes against Rafferty.
Holding 64. Still second down.
You're right, Tim. Good eyes. Good thing you drank that carrot juice last night. Watch Rafferty now. Look at him grabbing. Look at him grabbing Reggie White. Look and grab his arm. He's doing everything he can. He's hanging on for dear life. He got caught in the act. Holding Haggerty, number 64. Or Rafferty, I'm sorry.
That's the 5th penalty for Dallas. 40 yards. It'll be 2nd and 19 for the Cowboys. Pelor to throw. And again, there's pressure. This one's complete at the 39-yard line to Ray Alexander. Alexander wasn't even expected to make the club this year, and now he's got 54 catches on the year. He's had a fine season.
And here again, the Eagles that time, soft defense, not much pressure, played a zone. And anytime Pelor sees the zone, he feels comfortable because he's not going to get much pressure.
It'll be 3rd down and call it 6. After that 13-yard gain, shotgun formation for the Cowboys. 4 wide receivers for Pelor, and this is incomplete. Thrown in the direction of Michael Irvin. But again, it was good coverage by Ronell Young.
Todd Bell was blitzing on the play right up the middle. Also, Irvin on the outside. No problem whatsoever from a defensive standpoint. Wait for the ball. The problem was that he should have really come back for the ball, and he wouldn't have had a problem. He should have caught it. Ronell Young got a hand in there and knocked it out of there. But had he been coming back for the ball, that wouldn't have happened.
Good look at Mike Saxon, who's on to punt. He's standing at his own 45-yard line. Now he moves all the way up into the shotgun formation.
He might throw the pass or run or something here, the way he moved up on the play. Now he's in a shotgun. Now he goes back to where he was.
They need 6, and they let the clock run out, so it's delay a game. They'll move them back. Smart play by Dallas. They knew the penalty couldn't hurt them. Just gives them more punting room. But I don't think anybody was fooled either.
Nobody was fooled whatsoever. He just stood back there talking about the Eagles, waiting for them to do something.
And the Eagles didn't take the penalty. They declined it.
They declined it, right.
So now Saxon goes back and stands at his own 46. High spiraling punt. He'll try to pooch it inside the 10. But it goes into the end zone for the touchback. So they'll bring it out to the 20. A 39-yard punt with 4:29 remaining in the third period. It's still 17-7 Eagles.
Look at Lewis. Lewis Myers calls himself Elvis. He's got the moves, hasn't he? You talk about keeping his backfield in motion. He's got it.
He says, "My name is Elvis. I'm a sight to see." Running onto the field, grabbing that Philadelphia tee. He's a custodian at Arizona State University. Works the 4 to midnight shift. He has fun here with the Eagle games. First down and 10. Tony carries it out to the 24-yard line. Buddy Ryan's a little bit superstitious, bringing Elvis along.
Listen, this kind of a season, with your opportunity to get in the playoffs, whatever works in the past, you're going to make sure you're going to do it again.
He picked up Zendejas' tee last week in Phoenix. They won. They're bringing him along. He's a good luck charm. It'll be second down and 5 now for Philadelphia. Keith Jackson comes as a wideout now to the bottom of the screen, so we'll keep an eye on him. Cunningham instead looks left, throws that direction, has it complete. Not enough for the first down. Carter's knocked out of bounds by Gary Cobb.
You know, I mentioned this early in the game, and anytime you play against a guy like Cunningham, you have to have a controlled rush. The Cowboys definitely have had a control rush, but they haven't been close to the quarterback very often. They're so concerned about the rush, they're not getting a real legitimate rush on the quarterback.
You know, had a nice visit last night with Billy Kilmer, the old Washington Redskin quarterback who now lives in this area. He was talking with Sonny Jurgensen. And both those quarterbacks feel that Cunningham is not as effective a passer when he's stuck in that pocket. But when he rolls out, he has a better release.
I think that's of course why everybody says we got to keep him in the pocket.
3rd and 2, the Eagles don't make it.
They got no push whatsoever on that last play. None.
Byers hit by Jeffcoat, Brooks, Lockhart, and Cobb. It'll be 4th down, and the Eagles will have to punt. Big defensive play by the Dallas Cowboys. Kelchik's average today, 39 yards. Martin standing at his own 33. Again, it's a low snap. And it's not a long kick. Martin needs a block out to the 45-yard line. So with 3:28 remaining third period, it's a 34-yard punt, 8-yard return. Tackle made by John Klingel. And another flag. Dallas just looks distraught. They're all standing around in disbelief.
Well, I think as we talked to them a little bit the other day, why they looked around anytime something good happens. They look for a flag to drop or something bad to happen. And here again, it happens for them again.
Holding 45 on the receiving team while the ball was in the air, penalized from where the ball was changed possession. First down, Dallas.
So that'll take it all the way back to where the catch was made. Next Saturday, college football continues here on CBS. Crimson Tide of Alabama against the Cadets of Army, live 12 o'clock Eastern time. That's the Sun Bowl. Another good look at Derek Thomas. He's a fine player.
Yeah, I haven't seen him. You have, Tim. You like him very much, don't you?
I think he's terrific. I really do. He shattered all of Cornelius Bennett's sack records down there, hurry records, pressures. First down and 10 for the Cowboys. Pelor this time with time throws it. It's complete. Irving makes the catch at the 41-yard line. Andre Waters makes the tackle.
Irving that time, I think, tried to spin the ball on Waters. Let's see what he does here. Here he comes off the ball, goes to the inside. Zone defense, stops, makes a catch in the inside. Waters comes up and makes the tackle. I don't know whether he spins the ball or not. I thought I saw him do that, but we don't get a picture of it.
Andre Waters shaken up on the play, so while the trainers check him, it'll be first down Dallas after that 17-yard pickup. Second catch of the day for Irving. This is Herschel Walker. Walker tiptoes through the line of scrimmage, gets out to the 48, and that's where Wes Hopkins makes the tackle.
He's a defensive back, but he hits you like a linebacker. Did you see that shot with the shoulder pass that time, the way he knocked Herschel Walker off his feet? Wes Hopkins, number 48. And this was his home field in college. He played for SMU, the Mustangs.
Working on Andre Waters' ankle. Looks like they're trying to loosen it up.
Be careful, they'll let him break it the way he's turning the thing around.
Second down and 6 for the Cowboys now. And they shift to the pro set. Here's the pitch back to Clack. Clack with a good cutback. Has the first down for the Cowboys at the Eagle 44.
Good running on the part of Clack that time. They like him very much. They think he's a good runner. He has to learn how to block and do a better job from that standpoint. But as far as running is concerned, he's very good.
5'10", 220-pounder, 3-year pro out of Arizona State. Clack now has 3 carries, 20 yards. It's first down, Dallas.
See if we get a play-action pass here. Nope.
Walker breaks a tackle out to the 40-yard line. Tackle made by Jerome Brown, number 1 pick in 1987. An all-important game as far as this one is concerned. The Jets beating the Giants. And as you look at the rest of the scores, we'll tell you that if the Giants do lose and the Eagles win today, and the Eagles win the NFC East Championship. Herschel Walker, 22 carries, 64 yards. Under a minute to play, third period. It's a 10-point Philadelphia lead. Second down and 5 for the Cowboys. Walker. And he doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage. Jerome Brown makes the tackle. Brown was the NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year in 1987. This year he's got 5 sacks, an interception, and 1 blocked field goal.
You know, I'm surprised the Cowboys, they've run pretty well here on this last drive, and with a field position like it is on first down, you would think maybe they'd try a play-action pass because the linebackers are up there pretty tight. But they haven't done that, and as a result, haven't made much yardage.
This will be the last play of the third quarter. Pelor throws incomplete. Good coverage by Jenkins. And that's the end of the third quarter with the score. Philadelphia 17, Dallas 7. We now pause for a word for your local stations.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by Levi's 505 and 506 jeans. Duracell, the copper top battery. It now lasts 30% longer. And by the heartbeat of America, today's Chevrolet.
Cowboys have only been in Eagle territory 3 times today. Mike Saxon to punt now for Dallas. As we start the final 15 minutes, it's a 10-point Eagle lead. Saxon aiming for the corner. And this one will go out of bounds, I believe, up near the 13-yard line. Here's a look at Seth Joyner, who started this game in his uniform and sprained his ankle, sprained his foot. They've got it wrapped in ice, and he came out in his street clothes here in the second half. Dwayne Giles took his place at linebacker. And a good look at Buddy Ryan. Sure has turned things around in Philadelphia, hasn't he, Hank?
Yes, he has. He's done a great job, and he knows exactly what he wants to do. He doesn't care about what anybody thinks. He's just going to do it, and he's done a terrific job here with the Eagles.
First down, Eagles. Cunningham to throw. Looks left, throws underneath. Mike Quick has a first down to the 24-yard line. Tackle made by Bill Bates and Gary Cobb. Dallas dominated the first quarter. Time of possession and score, 7-0. But then 3 Pelor interceptions in the second quarter, 10 points for Philadelphia, and it's been an all Eagles since then. The 25-yard line, tackle made by Kevin Brooks.
They've run that play several times here this afternoon, a counter draw play. They've only thrown a pass from it on one occasion. They haven't run the pass before this game. They made a completion on one shot. We look for them to come back with that again here pretty soon, maybe on this drive if they maintain possession.
Good play by Kevin Brooks defensively. He told us yesterday he has to concentrate on the 3 C's this week. Contain, be more controlled, and be careful not to let Cunningham run out of the play. Cunningham on the rollout. Drills this one, intended for Keith Jackson, incomplete.
You know, and Cunningham mentioned the other day that he would rather run from the pocket on a passing situation than to roll out, because the running room is restricted. When he goes back into the pocket, he's got the whole field to run in, and he does that terrifically well. And of course, he did that several times here this afternoon.
3rd and 9 coming up for the Eagles. This has been a weak spot for the Eagles today. They've only converted twice on 3rd down. They come out with 4 wide receivers. Shotgun formation. Cunningham drills this one complete. First down, Chris Carter breaks the tackle out to the 44-yard line. Carter had only 5 catches last year. He now has 38 this season. Carter 19.
Carter on a crossing pattern, lines up on the right side, comes from right to the left side. Watch him here. A little holding on the play, catches the ball inside. Does a good job of running. Expected to get hit there, but he didn't, and winds up making a big gain on the play. Chris Carter, number 80.
Michael Downs and Randy White made the stop. 12:49 remaining in the ball game. Chris Carter shaken up on that last play. First down, Philadelphia. Tony gets back to the line of scrimmage. They blow it dead there. Tackle made by Jim Jeffcoat and Gary Cobb. The Eagles lead it by 10. Tim Brandt and Hank Stram in Texas Stadium, Irving, Texas. Philadelphia with a win and a Giants loss will win the NFC East. And right now, the Eagles well in control.
And talking about control from a running standpoint, I don't get the impression, Tim, that Tony and Byers block extremely well for each other. There's a lot of pushing, a lot of shoving, but not really any good hitting on the runs.
Second down and 10. Cunningham throws to Byers. It's a pickup of 5. Knocked out of bounds by Ron Francis. Let's get an update from New York. Here's Brent Musburger. Brent.
Tim, the Giants still have a chance now against the New York Jets. Watch Stephen Baker come all the way around behind Sims. Keep an eye on him. Top of your screen. He's wide open. They kick the extra point. Very much back in it. 2014. Atlanta has kicked a field goal, and they've now taken a 9-7 lead on the Saints. Let's go back now to the game.
That's not good news for the Eagles. 3rd down and 6 for Philadelphia. 4 wide receivers now as the Cowboys load up on the blitz. Incomplete. There's a flag. Ron Johnson was ridden all the way from the 40 to the 35-yard line by Robert Williams.
All he needed was a saddle.
Pass interference. Defense, number 23. First down.
Here we see Ron Johnson coming off the ball. There you see Williams grabbing him as he makes the inside move, and he's tackling him before he gets a chance to make the catch. Without a doubt, pass interference on the play. Robert Williams, number 23. No doubt about that call.
First down, Philadelphia. Cunningham scrambles to the right, now throws over the top. Johnson inside the 15-yard line. Again, it's Johnson working on Robert Williams.
I tell you again, he's amazing the way he can. We see him do this all the time, watch him scramble, but the touch, look at, now he escapes to the right side. They hook, look at that, they hook Too Tall Jones. He throws the ball on the move right over the top to Ron Johnson, number 85. Beautiful pass on the run by Cunningham.
A gain of 28. Johnson 6'3". Robert Williams 5'10". A mismatch when the ball is high. Cunningham now 20 for 37. First down run inside the 10 to the 7-yard line.
Myers trying to block that time on the linebacker, was a little bit too high. Got into him pretty well, but didn't make much happen.
Michael Haddock's first carry of the game. He had 11 carries for 27 yards last week. 6'2", 227-pounder out of Mississippi State. As you got a good look at Stautner signaling in the Dallas defense.
He gave it the old round-the-clock shot that time, whatever that is.
Byers tries to cut back and loses a yard.
I tell you, those defensive backs, linebackers, they're converging quickly on the play. They haven't had much of an opportunity to do much running here this afternoon at all. Great compliment to the way the Dallas Cowboys have played here this afternoon.
That tackle was made by Randy White, who may very well be playing his last game today. Future Hall of Famer out of the University of Maryland, 14-year veteran. There's a loss of 2. It'll bring up 3rd down and 7 for the Eagles.
I asked him, I said, you're going to be in the Hall of Fame. Have you thought of very much? He said, nope, haven't thought about it much at all. All I do is go out there and play the best that I can possibly play.
He does love the game of football. 3rd down and 7. 4 wide receivers now for the Eagles.
Blitz.
Cunningham looks toward Jackson, incomplete.
He had what he wanted. I don't know whether he threw that away or not, Timmy, but he had what he wanted. He had a blitz, man-for-man coverage, and threw it way over the top and falls incomplete. Try to hit Keith Jackson.
So that'll bring up 4th down, and Luis Zendejas comes on. He missed from 35, made one from 37. This is a 28-yarder. Straight as an arrow, and it's good.
He gets the flaps up in a hurry, doesn't he?
Now with 9:20 remaining in the game, it's 20-7. Randall Cunningham is 20 for 38, 2 touchdown passes. Dallas only 82 yards passing, and of course Dallas has had 3 turnovers, all in the second quarter. Pallur throwing the interceptions.
And the nice thing about it is Philadelphia, except for one occasion, has taken advantage of those turnovers, and good field position, has done a great job from that standpoint.
20-7 Philadelphia. Now they just want to melt the clock and get out of here with 9:20 left in the ball game.
Yeah, they just want to escape from the premises, get in that bus, and go home and celebrate.
I know you were happy to see Quick on this touchdown pass.
Yeah, there he goes. Makes an inside move on Williams. Cobb is trying to help from the inside, but doesn't get there in time. And Quick changes the scoreboard, puts 6 on the board, and Philadelphia gets 7 more.
5-time Pro Bowler. He said he'd rather go to the Super Bowl than the Pro Bowl this year, although you could tell he was disappointed that he didn't make the Pro Bowl. Clack takes this one at the 7, makes the reverse, and pulls tacklers up to the 35-yard line. And here's Elvis.
Yeah, here he is. Look at the way he runs. You talk about twinkle toes. There he comes back. There he goes, moving pretty well. Uh-oh, and he slides into the sideline. We ought to call the fire department after that run.
27-yard return by Clack. It'll be first down, Dallas. 9:10 remaining in the ball game. It's 20-7 Eagles.
He runs like the penguin in Batman, doesn't he?
Oh, my. Shotgun formation for the Cowboys. Valor looks deep. Now comes back underneath. And Clack is to the 42-yard line.
Clyde Simmons, it looked like Clyde Simmons came very close to getting a sack on Pelor's left side, but he got rid of the ball in good shape. Jets still in command here, 20-7. Look at this, Houston, 23-14 over Cleveland. That's kind of a double dip for them. They beat them badly the last time they played, that time in Houston.
Clock continues to run. 8:35 remaining in the ball game. That Giants score is 20-14 now. On 2nd and 3, this pass is complete to Everett Gay in Philadelphia territory at the 45, knocked out of bounds by Eric Allen.
And Reichenbach, the middle linebacker, blitzing on the play, number 55. And Eric Allen on the sideline, as Timmy mentioned, looking right up the middle, Reichenbach, but he gets blocked right about the time he tries to get penetration. Clack was able to make the block on Reichenbach that time.
Buddy Ryan says Eric Allen's a rookie, but he plays like an all-pro. He was named starting right corner on draft day by Buddy Ryan. Here's the update on the Jets-Giants game. It's first down. Cowboys after that 13-yard pickup. Backside pressure. Throws it away. Now there's a flag. Jerome Brown came with the pressure from the backside.
Steve Moore's pass broken up at the line of scrimmage. A flag is down.
Going to call intentional.
Pass. Ball hit the center. Loss of down. Second down.
And Jerome Brown, let's take a look at this. There he is. Pass protection up front. There you see the penetration by Jerome Brown. And they call into grass?
No, they called pass to illegal receiver, the center. It's second down and 10.
Figure out how they could call the grass.
Second down and 10, shotgun formation for Pelor. White's loose, and he gets the sack. That's his second sack of the day.
Watch the way he gets off the ball now. Number 92, Reggie White. He's on the nose of the center on Ron Rafferty, and he gets right through there again, makes the sack. And what he's doing, he's taking a side on Rafferty, taking the right shoulder before he can get turned around, get a body on him, and he zips right by him. He's got such quickness and speed.
That's 4 sacks for White in the last 2 weeks. He now has 18. He leads the league. Third down and 19. Again, here comes White. Pelor has room to run. He needs a block from Herschel. Doesn't get it, and he's knocked out of bounds. Ty Allard knocked him out. Crowd wants him to go. And with 7:37 remaining in the ball game and trailing 20-7, I suspect they will.
Did you see the way Jerome Brown pursued that time? He runs very well for as big as he is. He's 6'2", about 290.
It'll be 4th down and 7. Darryl Clack comes back into the ball game. Todd Fowler goes out for the Cowboys. Clack and Walker in the backfield now out of the shotgun with Pelor. 6 defensive backs for the Eagle. Pelor throws incomplete. Crowd wanted a flag. There is none.
Roydell Young, number 43, coming up there to make the play.
It was intended for Everett Gay, and I think he was interfered with, but there is no flag.
It was a clash there, wasn't there?
No question about it, in my mind.
It sure looked like there was pass interference. Let's take a look at it here, see if we can get a good shot from the shotgun. Looks to his left, escapes to his right, throws the ball on the run. See, throws it right over the top. Here's Roynell Young now. Watch it. Here's, boy, he was grabbing him all over him, wasn't he?
I thought it was pass interference.
I did too. After looking at it again, it sure looked like it was pass interference.
It's a moot point because the Eagles take over with 7:29 remaining in the ball game. It's 20-7 Philadelphia. And the offense is on the field for the Eagles as you listen to Terry Hogue and Roynell Young.
Cowboys at 5-5-6.
Tom Landry, we asked him, who do you think the best team in the Eastern Division of the NFC is? And he said, well, I really think that the New York Giants have the best talent, but I think the Eagles are playing the better of the two.
Don't forget, coming up next Saturday, it's the Sun Bowl. Alabama against Auburn here, beginning at 12 noon Eastern time on CBS. The Crimson Tide of Alabama making their 29th bowl appearance in the last 31 years. First and 10, they fake the reverse. Byers cuts back inside. He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. Gain of 9, it'll bring up 2nd down and 1. Tackle made by Vince Albritton.
Byers carrying. Lennon and Albritton teamed up for the tackle.
Ted Plum is the offensive coordinator, works with the offense, and has really done a good job with this offensive scheme, especially from a passing standpoint here this afternoon.
Byers limps off the field again. He was injured and shaken up in the first half. Abercrombie replaces him.
And of course, everybody knows Buddy Ryan calls all the defensive schemes from the sideline.
So with Byers out, Anthony Toney has bruised ribs. He's not in the ball game. So now it's Haddix and Abercrombie. 2nd and 2. Haddix has the Philadelphia first down to the 44-yard line.
Do you see the hit Bates got on him? We talk about using the shoulder pads. He got a terrific shot on Haddix as he was coming down after the run. Bill Bates, number 40. Well, I guarantee he dances every dance. He's in there every play, plays every one like it's the most important play of the game. Watch him come in here and make the hit. Number 40. You'll see him come into the right here. There he is. Look at that shot. You talk about knocking the ball carrier back. Haddix got a headshot that time with the shoulder pads by Bates.
Bates is the Cowboy leading tackler. First down off the right side goes Haddix. You know, you're talking about Billy Bates, but that's one area that Tom Landry told us yesterday that he has to improve upon. It's in that secondary.
I think overall, Timmy, you're right. He mentioned that, plus the fact that I think he's concerned about the defense in general. I think he feels that he has to do some rebuilding in that defensive scheme to be a much better football team than they are right now.
Bates has 1 interception for the year. By contrast, 6 NFL safeties have 5 or more this year. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Haddix up close to another Eagle first down. He'll be about a yard short. 5 minutes, 5 seconds remain in the ball game. Tackle made by Danny Noonan. There's Anthony Toney. He's got bruised ribs and will not return.
He and Byers have been a great addition to this football team offensively. You know, that's surprising. They don't run the ball very much. They average about 9 carries a game, which is surprising. You'd think they'd carry the ball more. But the way they're throwing the ball, it's understandable.
It'll be 3rd down and 1 for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Looks like they're coming left.
3 wide receivers again as Haddix. He's got the first down inside the 30. And there's a flag.
Looked like it might have been on Ron Francis. I couldn't tell for sure. Number 38.
Eugene Lockhart was in on the tackle as well.
Face pass. 5 yards, number 56.
Oh.
Yardage makes it a first down.
Lockhart.
Lockhart is the 2nd leading tackler on the Cowboy team. That's the 8th penalty for Dallas. Tom Landry's future is unknown. 1 year of his contract remaining. He says he wants to return. The Cowboys are for sale, and it depends on the new owner. And a look at Buddy Ryan, who has turned things around. And you mentioned really doesn't care about what people think.
No, he doesn't. No, and there again, I don't think as a football coach you can't worry about those things. The only thing you worry about is how you're going to win the game. And sometimes it's hard to explain to people. But that's what the concept has to be, and that's what Buddy Young's personality has been.
Buddy Ryan.
Buddy Ryan, what did I say? Buddy
Young.
Buddy.
He's forever young.
Does that date me? Remember Buddy Young, the great halfback from the University of Illinois.
Carry was Abercrombie, and the tackle was made by Jim Jeffcoat. Here's Buddy Ryan.
Use it, baby.
And again, before the game, he mentioned what you said, Timmy. He said, we're going to win the game. We know we're going to win the game. They know we're going to win the game. It's just going to be a question of how we're going to win the game. Talk about confidence, and I think it spills right over to this football team. They all felt the same way.
This is the 7th play of the drive. All running plays thus far. It's 2nd down and 8. This is Michael Haddix to the 20, and he's nailed. And it's Billy Bates.
I tell you, he's terrific. You talk about a guy that plays all the time with the same animation, same emotion, same enthusiasm. He plays that way, doesn't he?
He really does. 6'1", 200-pounder, 6-year veteran out of Tennessee. 3 minutes and 8 seconds remain in the ball game. We'll be back. Three minutes and 8 seconds remain here in the Philadelphia-Dallas game. 5 minutes remaining in the Giants-Jets game. Now, if the scores remain this way, the Philadelphia Eagles will win the NFC East title. The Giants, we're told, have just scored. So we'll keep you up to date on that. Third and 5 for Cunningham, who rolls right. And he's not going to get the first down. Yes, he is on second effort. Right now, let's take you back to New York and Brent Musburger for this update. Brent?
All right, at this moment, a play is being reviewed. You said the Giants had just scored. Here it is, juggling the ball towards the end line. Did he have control? Now they're looking at it in the booth. We'll let you know. Let's go back to Tim right now.
Right here, Brent. It's 2 minutes and 33 seconds remaining in the game, and the Eagles lead it 20-7.
And Buddy's on the sideline cranking it up, saying, keep the clock moving. Let's win this game and get out of here.
And the word is now, it is a touchdown for the Giants. Byers back in the ball game now, travels up the left side, gets a couple of yards.
I said to Buddy before the game, and asked him, I said, how much time do you spend on the Ponderosa there in Kentucky? He said, well, not very much time. We have to get ready for the draft right after we get through with the season. So he's thinking way ahead.
Dallas timeout. We'll be back. The Giants have taken the lead over the Jets 21-20 with 4 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in that ball game. Philadelphia leads Dallas 20-7, and here in Irving, Texas, we've got 2 minutes and 6 seconds left. The Eagles held the ball for 5 minutes last time they got it. They got a field goal. They've held it 4.5 minutes here. Now, the last time the Eagles were in the playoffs was 1981. They lost the wild card. Roydell Young and Ron Baker are the only two Eagles from the 1980 team that won the NFC Championship and went to the Super Bowl. This is Abercrombie inside the 10 to the 7-yard line.
All they want to do here is run out the clock.
Cowboys are out of timeouts. This is the 2-minute warning. We'll be back. A look at Roydell Young, the 9-year veteran out of Alcorn State, keeping an eye on the scoreboard here. The Eagles are anxious to find out what the Giants are doing now that they've got that 1-point lead. Roydell Young along with Ron Baker, the only two Eagles from the 1980 team that won the NFC, went to the Super Bowl. Third down and 5 for Philadelphia. Abercrombie inside the 5 to the 4-yard line.
talking about Young, when Buddy Ryan came to the Eagles, he said there's no question in his mind after he looked at Roynell Young. He said, but without a doubt, he's the best quarterback he's seen in a long time, far better than anything he ever had at Chicago. What an endorsement.
Randall!
Fourth down and 1, and the Eagles are going for it. How about that call?
It's a good call. You want to keep the clock going.
It's 20-7 Eagles. They want to milk that clock. It's down to 1 minute, 10 seconds. And now the 45-second clock expires. It'll be a delay of game against Philadelphia. So now they'll bring on the kicking team.
Fucking huddle.
If the situation stays like it is, with the Giants beating the Jets and Dallas losing here to Philadelphia, then two things have to happen. New Orleans has to win, or San Francisco has to win. Now, San Francisco and the Rams play later. Right now, Atlanta leads New Orleans 9-7, so it doesn't look good for the Eagles.
It really doesn't.
A 27-yard attempt by Zendejas. It's up and it's good. So it's now 23-7. And moments ago we were talking about Philadelphia being in good shape to win the NFC East. Now they need help if the Giants hold on and beat the Jets.
Boy, it changes in a hurry, doesn't it? And the way it looked like the Jets were going to win that game. They were way ahead. You have to give the Giants an awful lot of credit for coming back like they had.
A lot of soul searching will take place in the offseason for the Dallas Cowboys. A lot of longtime veterans may not be back. Timmy Newsome this week said that he would retire. Ed Too Tall Jones said he would evaluate his situation. Christmas Day here on CBS, special edition of CBS Sports Sunday. We've got the Winterfest for you. World Cup skiing is involved in that, along with the World Junior Figure Skating Championships, and that'll be followed by the Western Conference semifinals, a rematch between the Lakers and the Utah Jazz. Lakers come in with the best record in the West, look to make 2 straight over the Jazz this year. It's Magic and the Mailman, 3:30 p.m. Eastern. That's Christmas Day here on CBS. New Orleans has just taken the lead over Atlanta, 10-9. Morton Anderson hit a 30-yard field goal with 5 seconds left.
That's a good picture of Bill Walsh. He said, walked over, he said, we're in the playoffs. We're in the playoffs.
1:06 remaining in this ball game. This is Gerald Clack. He found out as quickly as we did.
He got the message a little quicker than we did, really. I don't know how he found out so fast.
He had scouts down there watching Morton Anderson line up for that field goal.
We saw Cunningham on the telephone. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe somebody else got out at this time.
With 2 minutes remaining in the game, New York Jets 20.
So with the Saints win, if that is a final, then Philadelphia will be in. Clock at 1:01. The Eagles leading the Cowboys 23-7. And it is a final. The Saints have won it on that important Anderson field goal. And so it's official. The Eagles are into the playoffs. Allure throws over the middle. Everett Gay makes the catch and fumbles the ball at midfield. Now they say it's incomplete. The hit was made by Terry Hogue. And Everett Gray is shaken up.
Looked like he hurt an arm. Keith Jackson on the sideline. Talked to him yesterday, and he was all excited about his family. He's going out to dinner, having a big time, and he had a big day here this afternoon.
Signing autographs already. First playoff spot since 1981 for the Philadelphia Eagles. That guy right there is going to the Pro Bowl. Just a rookie. Well, I tell you, he is some kind of talent, isn't he?
Yeah, and of course, people kept talking about him when he was at Oklahoma, but he never caught many balls there, and it's amazing how well he's done here in the pros.
2nd and 10. This pass is complete to Burbage. Burbage steps out of bounds at the 34-yard line. Looking for another way to spend your money without leaving home? Watch 60 Minutes tonight on CBS, followed by Murder, She Wrote, and CBS Sunday Movie, A Very Brady Christmas. Brady bunch back together. Hank, I know you're happy to see Alice back there.
Oh, yeah. Fun and games.
48 seconds remain in this ball game. Pelor back to pass. Looks deep and has the completion to Ray Alexander. Now they say he's out of bounds. Now New Orleans is eliminated from the playoffs when this game is complete and Philadelphia wins.
Yes, that's the way I understand it.
And the 49ers win the NFC West. A lot of changes will take place in Dallas. What was once America's team now is in some turmoil.
Well, they're not even Dallas's team anymore, the way the fans have reacted to this football team this year. But that's typical. They're so emotionally involved with their respective teams around the country that they just want you to win.
4th and 1 for Pelor. This ball almost intercepted. William Frizzell had the ball hit him in the chest plate. Incomplete. And now, I guess the only suspense remaining is if the Eagles run the clock out or will they try to score.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see that. Buddy Ryan said he opened the can, I closed it, and I'm sure that's what he's going to do.
38 seconds remain in the ball game, and Philadelphia, we suspect, will just run the clock out. So the 49ers win the West. The Giants lead the Jets, and Philadelphia's in the playoffs.
The Saints have to be concerned, feel badly about their situation. They're 10-6, and they stay home for Christmas. One year we were 12-2, and didn't even get a booby prize, didn't it?
Seconds. Clock continues to roll as the officials try to regain control here. There's still a chance that the Eagles can win the NFC East, depending on what happens in that Giants game. Here, it's down to 10 seconds. They'll just let that clock continue to roll and get them out of here.
You know, I'm surprised. I thought we'd have more of a fracas here this afternoon than we actually had, the way they talked going into the game.
That's it. This game's over. Everson Walls continues to jog on with the officials, but the game is over. Buddy Ryan gets doused, and the Eagles are going to the playoffs. So the final score, once again, Philadelphia 23, the Dallas Cowboys 7. Reggie White and Buddy Ryan head off, as does Tom Landry. And the Eagles are going to the playoffs. So from Texas Stadium in Irving, Texas, the final score once again, Philadelphia 23, Dallas 7. Right now, let's take you back to New York. Here's Brent Musburger. Brent?
All right, we welcome those of you who watch the Philadelphia Eagles, and we got great news for you. The New York Jets have just punched it on into the end zone. Just as you were joining us, Al Toon caught a touchdown pass. It is 26-21. This is the action. That's the time left in the game. There is Toon. They're now getting set up to attempt the extra point. 38 seconds to go. So all of Philadelphia, this is the spot to be. Huddle around the TV set. You got a chance to win a division title and get on in it. And I think, Irvin Dick, we have got to stop and say something about Buddy Ryan. You're upset. Did they not kick the extra point?
Well, extra point went through.
Okay, extra point went good. And so they lead it 27-21, and we will take you out for the final seconds of that game. So don't scream at us, but they got a little commercial break, and then we'll get you out there for that. But let's talk about Buddy Ryan. He's a controversial figure, and yet it only took him 3 years.
Well, I'll tell you one thing about Buddy. I mean, he's one of the shrewdest football coaches in the business. He knew exactly what he was doing every step of the way. The first year in, making all sorts of braggadocious remarks about what the team would do to take pressure off the team and put it on himself. And he put together a pretty good football team. He's still a few players away from being the team he wants. But this year he felt if they could get into the playoffs, it would be a major step forward to them. And he's done that.
Yeah, but I also think he does a real good psych job. I mean, because they're like the bad guys of the NFL. And I tell you one thing, you know, a lot of coaches, they don't want to rile the opposing coaches, and everybody talks nice about it. But not with Buddy. He don't care. Hey, listen, I'm going to do it. My guys are my guys, and I'm going to stick with them no matter what. And that's the way. I mean, it's a heck of a guy to play for. That's a nice situation that he has there with those players. Because we did a piece once, remember? And all the guys said, hey, we love Buddy, and we're going to play for him. And that's the way it is.
And that's what happened. You know, and remember all the talk about how the Cowboys were going to get even with Buddy for running up this score? I mean, that was all it was talk.
I'll tell you, though, Brent, I've never seen a team as close as the Eagles, though. And the strike really brought this team together. When they had the strike last year and Buddy said, I'm going to go with my regular players and forget about the strike players, it caused some problems with the front office and everything else. But he stuck with his ball players, and they have a tremendous amount of allegiance to him. And they really believe they're a close club. They believe in him. They have a great deal of confidence, and they feel no one can beat him.
Now, we're going to send you out to the Meadowlands. I do want to give you one stat on your way out there. There's about 30 seconds to go. The Giants have only one timeout. Keep that in mind now. It's 27-21. Vern Lundquist and Terry Bradshaw. Here you go to the Meadowlands.
And Philadelphia wins, as they are about to do. Then the Giants have to sit back and watch television tonight and hope the 49ers knock off the Rams. If that happens, then the Giants are in as a wild card.
And I would believe the Giants would be very disappointed. I know as a player, I would hate to know that I got in when I had my division in my own hands, my own destiny, and I couldn't rise to the occasion and beat this team. That would be the one thing that would disturb me the most, because that tells me we're not a championship team.
One timeout left. Sims gets rid of it. George Adams tries to get out of bounds and does. And that stops the clock with 23 seconds to go.
Now, ideally, there are two areas to throw the ball, Vern, and you and I have done this 1,000 times. It's deep into the sideline where the catch is made and the receiver can step out of bounds and kill the clock. But the most vulnerable position, and you remember the Rams many years ago caught a deep in against the Cowboys and kicked them out of the Super Bowl. Down the middle deep, crossing route.
Billy Waddy caught it. Here's Sims back. Deep crossing route. Lionel Manuel, they have one timeout left.
You got to use it.
15 seconds to go.
15 seconds. Meanwhile, down in the corner of your screen, the Philadelphia Eagles locker room now down in Dallas. They're huddling around as the Giants use their last timeout. 15 seconds to go. And right behind that locker room, the Eagles' final score over the Dallas Cowboys. So here's a team just seconds away from winning a division championship. They know you are watching back in Philadelphia. That's what that signal was. And let's go back to the Meadowlands.
Bill Parcells. Bill Parcells' wife, Judy, asked him what Bill said is the ultimate question. Why is it you continue to do what you do for a living? And Bill said, there is no answer. Judy said, if you win, you're only happy for 15 minutes. If you lose, you're devastated for a week. And this one will hurt more than most.
Jets, this is their playoff game. This is the season for the Giants. They want to win this game. They want to win their division, and they want to do it now. Once again, deep across the middle is the place to go, but there's no time left for Sims to get his team up for a second play if he does that.
Deep left for Baker. Incomplete. Nine seconds to go.
The two areas to run were over the middle and deep to the outside. Notice Baker trying to get separation with the safety, coming underneath the safety but then all of a sudden, 28 Howard is there coming up underneath him. Even if Baker had caught the ball, I do not believe he'd have had his feet in bounds.
From the 47, 2nd and 10.
Hook and lateral, huh? Hail Mary, hook and lateral, something.
Three-man rush by the Jets. They're going deep left side for Stacy Robinson and friends. And it comes down incomplete. And this one is over. The New York Giants fall to the Jets and now must sit back and hope for a 49er victory. And there is an irony there because Phil Simms said the one team he hates most in this league are the 49ers. Joe Walton's team finishes with a winning record in '88 as they defeat the Giants 27-21.
And there is the victorious Eagles locker room. They go down to Dallas, they tend to their business, and then they get a break as the New York Jets upset the New York Giants, and so the Eagles have won a division championship, and our congratulations go on out to them and also to the Jets. What about the way some of these teams have hung tough here the final weekend, like the Jets did?
You know, they had nowhere to go. I mean, but, you know, they came up and showed some class, I think. Played for Joe and played well, I thought, today.
Hey, you know what it's like, though, Dick, when cities take teams for granted. The Jets have a good football team, but they feel like second-class citizens in New York. They have to beat the Giants to establish themselves. So this was their playoff game.
For them, it was, yeah.
All right, gentlemen, we're going to take a little bit of break. I want to give you a late word. The Cleveland Browns have just gone ahead of Houston. A lot of stuff going on. We're going to update you around the league when we continue live with our post-game show in just a moment.
The NFL Today post-game show is sponsored by Miller Lite, official sponsor of the Miller Lite NFL Lineman of the Year Award. Once again, Brandt Musburger.
All right, we welcome all of you who watched the Jets upset the Giants. Also, the Buccaneers beat the Detroit Lions. Philadelphia Eagles have won the NFC East. Let me get you up to date on a couple of big scores in the AFC right now. Moments ago, Webster Slaughter caught a touchdown pass from Don Strock, 28-23. That puts the Indianapolis Colts in jeopardy now. The Colts have come away with a win. What this does is ensure Cincinnati now of the home field for as long as they last in the AFC. And Philadelphia with a big one down in Dallas. The final score there, 23-7. Let's go to Tim Brandt with one of the heroes, Reggie White. Tim?
All right, Brent. Reggie, 2 sacks, 2 hurries, 1 knockdown. Really caused problems all day. Congratulations, NFC East champions.
Thank you, Tim.
I tell you what, any message for the Jets?
Hey, tell them to come down to Philly. We'll take them all out to dinner or do something for them. Hey, they did us a great job. And, you know, this team here has a lot of character. And we did what we needed to do today. And I praise Jesus for it.
Reggie, you got a lot of penetration, especially when you lined up on the center. It looked like Rafferty really had a tough time trying to block you this afternoon, did he?
Yeah, we were getting a lot of penetration. The other defensive linemen were doing a good job. Jerome Brown, Mike Golick, Clyde Simmons, and Mike Pitts. Everybody was doing a good job of getting pressure. And we knew that if we could get pressure on Steve, then we could take his game away.
Reggie, talking with you last night, you seemed so confident that you all were going to win this title. It was almost as if you knew that the Jets could beat the Giants and you guys would have no trouble with the Cowboys.
We knew that they could, and they did us a great job. We don't know how to thank them, but New York Jets, thank you very much.
Do you go back to Phoenix now and prepare?
Yeah, where everybody want to take us, we go get ready.
All right, congratulations, Reggie.
Thank you. God bless.
Right now, let's go back to New York, and here's Brent Musburger. Brent?
All right, Tim, thank you very much. So the Philadelphia Eagles with a division championship, and it took Buddy Ryan only 3 years to get the job done. So the Minnesota Vikings will go in now as a result of what's happened as a wild card, but we still don't know whether or not they will be hosting the game. There is still a long shot chance of the Los Angeles Rams hosting the wild card game in Anaheim. We'll go over all the details for you now as we continue live on CBS in just a moment. Well, in just a few weeks now at the NFC Championship game, the CBS Sports will be pleased to announce the winners of the 1988 Light Beer NFL Lineman of the Year Award. It's a special award, and it honors the game's top offensive and defensive linemen in the NFL. And along with this award, Miller Lite is going to donate $25,000 in each winner's name now to the charity of his choice. And you fans voted, and you're the people who chose these winners during the season. So you're going to bring all the finalists to us, and some of them are on offense. Well, Keith Van Horn of the Chicago Bears, Anthony Munoz, he's had a spectacular season with the Cincinnati Bengals, and Mark May, he's always an outstanding lineman for the Washington Redskins. Over on defense, Fred Smerlish, you've got to be awfully happy for the year he's had with Buffalo. Chris Dolman, a standout with the Minnesota Vikings, and of course, Charles Mann of the Washington Redskins. In the midst of a losing season down there for the Redskins, he was a standout. Let me take everybody to the scoreboard with Dick and Irv and get you up to date. What a gloomy day this is for the Giants. Not only do they lose, the Eagles beat them out of a division championship, and if the Rams beat the 49ers tonight, the Giants are not going to the playoffs. Now, let's take a look at some of the action from the game. This was a key player of this fumble by McConkey.
McConkey was sure-handed back there on punt returns. This time, bottom was the ball. The Jets end up with the ball on the 8-yard line. Brent setting up a scoring opportunity for them.
Yeah, and Freeman McNeil took it in against Bill Parcells' defense, and the Jets went up 27. But you know, Dick, the Giants came back with Phil Simms.
Well, they did. They didn't give up. I mean, I tell you that. With this play here, it was a neat kind of a play. You know, they probably thought, the Jets probably thought they're going to hand it off to the guy, but Baker just keeps trying to run it, and they hit him right there in the open.
And then, of course, there was Manuel at the back of the end zone. This is Manuel making this catch, and Stephen Baker, who had caught the earlier one, so just reverse that graphic information. And then that was the big catch right there was Al Toon.
Al Toon making the clutch play for the Jets, but, you know, you have to, again, admire the Jets' effort. Brent, it was just a nuts and bolts, hard-nosed football game from start to finish.
You know, I can remember years past when we've said when teams don't have anything at stake, they lose these games. Really, it was almost automatic. And now the last 2 days, Washington Redskins, Jets, they come up big.
I think it's different nowadays. I mean, you know, they say, well, you're not in it, and what do you got to play for? Pack up and let's go home. But I don't think that's true no more. I just think there's a lot more, you know, with their contracts and how they're going to go next year and everything else. So, and it's got to be a feather in your cap when you knock someone off like today. Yeah. I mean, the Jets, I mean, the city pride and all that, that's great. But hey, we knocked somebody out of the playoffs. If we're not going, let's knock somebody else out. And that's got to be the attitude. On the other hand, I mean, you know, hey, Giants, everything's, you know, concerned with this game. Let's really go. And their strong part of their team didn't perform well, I think.
All right, Dick, one of the stars for the New York Jets. You got to feel happy for Ken O'Brien. Lost his job for a while. Here he is back. Let's go out now to Vern Lundquist. Vern.
All right, thank you, Brent. Ken O'Brien, that was an extraordinary fourth quarter, and especially the big kick return by Bobby Humphrey that set you up near midfield.
Yeah, that was special teams have been doing it for us all year long, and they don't get the recognition they need. But when they make those kind of plays, it makes it easier for the offense to finally put it in.
Ken, Trey Bradshaw, who called the pass to Toon for the touchdown to win it?
Well, we kind of audibled that line of scrimmage. They came to our goal line defense to try to stop us, and Al was out there one-on-one, so I just said, what the heck, let's give it a shot. And Al comes through all the time, and he did once again.
Does this send a message to the Jets and to the rest of the National Football League next year that perhaps these Jets are for real and they're going to really explode in '89?
Well, I know you picked us to go to the Super Bowl next year, Terry, so I think it did. You know, really, I think it sent a message to ourselves about how good we can be if we play well and play well every day of the season. So we're excited about our future, and today was just a topping for it.
Ken, what does this game mean to you?
Well, for us, it's a big plus, and for me especially. I haven't beat the Giants since I've been here, and there's a lot of people who've always thought of the Jets as second-class citizens. We have a long way to go, but today was a step in the right direction.
Congratulations to you, Ken.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy the pheasant hunt in California.
Okay, thank you.
All right, let's go back to Brent Musburger.
All right, Vern, thank you very much. And let me take everybody back to the scoreboard now as the Giants' playoff chances very much in jeopardy as the Eagles go in and they beat the Dallas Cowboys 23-7, and they wrap up the NFC Eastern Division. And a big pork chop welcome for our buddy Ryan, but he got the last laugh, folks. Randa Cunningham going to the Pro Bowl, and he shows you why here. Escapability, that's what our friend Hank Stram calls moves like that as he steps out of bounds at midfield. He can throw it to her.
Well, he does it all. He has great arm strength as well, too. Here he lobs the ball up to Mike Quick, who's recovered from that broken leg he had a few weeks ago.
Now pulling out is Steve Pallur. He was under fire all game long. How about that? Reggie White again with another great year for the Eagles.
The thing about Reggie White, he's so versatile. You know, you can put him out in his defensive end position, but when you really want to get the heat up the middle, you put him over the middle. And there's no center, I think, can handle him one-on-one, if I'm wrong, or correct me. I mean, you've got to double team this guy.
He's as fast as some running backs, too.
He's
almost 300 pounds.
He's a
great athlete. Listen, the Cleveland Browns, earlier today, we reported Don Strock. He threw 3 interceptions early on. The Oilers ran one of them in. Now he's come back with 2 touchdown passes, only 3 minutes to go, and the Browns leading the Oilers by 5. And if this holds up, the Browns and the Oilers will be the AFC wildcard game on Saturday, and they'll come right back to Cleveland to play it. So that will certainly simplify things. Indianapolis, on the other hand, hoping for a Houston miracle right now as they beat Buffalo 17-14. Cincinnati loves this score. They have the home field for as long as they last. And there is Bruce Smith getting in on Chris Chandler. And Coach Meyer was talking to himself over there on the sideline. Jim Kelly to Andre Reed. And Buffalo led it 14-3. And with Chandler out, Gary Hogeboom came in. And here he goes to Albert Bentley. This was the difference in the game. And it was 17-14. The Colts with the win at home. Meanwhile, New Orleans wins, but it's too late. Morton Anderson hits the game-winning field goal with time running out, but the Saints are out of it. They have been eliminated, but because they won today, it means that the San Francisco 49ers have captured the NFC's Western Division. So perhaps they will lose a little motivation tonight against the Los Angeles Rams. That puts the Giants in jeopardy. If the Rams beat the 49ers tonight, it means that the Giants are out. And if the Rams win that game and the Bears win, well, it also means that Los Angeles would host the wild card game. As you can see the standings in the Wild West, I can't remember a year which came down to quite like a scenario if the Saints win, 3-way tie, and San Francisco captures the division title. For Vinny Testaverde, well, he closes out on a high note. He wins a game. He throws 3 touchdown passes for the Buccaneers. We'll forget about his interceptions today. 3 touchdowns. Way to go, Vinny. And Pittsburgh all over Miami, 40-24. Now, we've got some active scores. I know you've been waiting to see these. 14-7. The winner here will capture the AFC Western Division. The Seahawks moments ago taking a 7-point lead on the Raiders. Kansas City and San Diego, and the Chiefs leading here 13-7 over the Chargers. Green Bay and Phoenix missed extra point, and the Packers over the Cardinals by 6. We want to bid a happy holidays to our audience down in New Orleans. They watched the Saints win one today, and to all you good folks down Georgia way who watched Atlanta, better things are ahead for that franchise. We say goodbye to that game right now, and for the rest of you, we'll come back when we continue with our post-game show in just a moment.